That's good shit. What's going on, guys?
We're here.
Yeah.
Made it. This was going to be a congratulations, Tommy, 3,000 subscribers type stream. Tommy's not available.
We'll get him on the next one.
In his channel, like for whatever reason, the second this happened, I texted Tommy. I said, hey, 3,000 subscribers, let's do a stream. He's all about it, whatever. The next day, his subscriber count goes down to like 2,900 and something. So it's like we weren't really sure if it was going to happen or not. It's back up to 3,000. But anyway, congratulations, Tommy. 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah, when I did my 1,000 celebration, like I waited, I got to like 120. I wanted a little bit of a buffer.
But yeah, we're here. We're gonna do a last five. We haven't done one of these in a long time. I don't know when the last one was, honestly.
It's been out, been it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a
for sure.
while. Craig's done them before. We'll have to explain to him again how it works. We do a round, a number 5, and then we'll go through the chat. Then we'll do 4 and go through the chat. This is Craig usually, just like number 5, all right, and then number 4. He'll start doing the 4th one, and then the 3rd. We do them in sequence, Craig. So
This video is sponsored by Woodford Reserve. Find Craig with my birthday present.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how long we'll be on tonight. Alan's nursing an injury, and
Which is why I'm drinking
I would
liquor
assume
tonight.
Johnny's got to work tomorrow. I know Craig's got to work tomorrow, so we'll try to get through them quick and go through the chat. There's some good news out there. Apparently, first of all, Night 94K is coming, but a Day of the Dead 4K from Scream Factory, that's happening. That should be this year. That's pretty cool. That'll be an October title. Found the elements and all that. And my personal favorite news is Dark Sky is doing a new 4K restoration for Henry, different from the Arrow 4K. So
New features, right? Or different features?
new features. Apparently, they're going all out with it. And this is a pretty goddamn good release. But I'd love to see an American version, new artwork, new everything. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Is it going to be a new scan, or do you know?
New everything, new
Man, that's
restoration, new everything.
That's
That's what it said. But we'll see. Maybe they will use the Arrow release, but I doubt it because when Dark Sky did their own TCM, they didn't use the Second Sight 4K. They had a different 4K from that they like better from Germany. So we'll see what happens there. Any other release news? Any other things you guys have been seeing come out with Lionsgate Steelbooks coming along? It Follows just got announced for Lionsgate Limited. Anybody picking that up? Is anybody getting these Steelbooks?
I'm
I know
trying to
Craig
stay away
doesn't
from
like
double dipping too much. I mean, I probably won't.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do slipcovers down the line once the Steelbook license runs out, or the stock runs out. Because I want Your Next on 4K with a slip. Like, I don't want a Steelbook. But
Yeah, this is well, you can get the Second Sight limited edition of Your Next.
yeah, I know. And this is a box set. I mean, I could put it next to The Guest since it's the same director.
Well,
Yeah.
I just grabbed Frailty from Lionsgate. That's a nice chunky box set with a steelbook inside. Nice release.
I mean, I don't know, like the Steelbook thing. I'm fine. I'm a big fan. I'm a big believer in adapt or die. I think the whole world should be that way, and I'll be that way. If it's Steelbooks from now on, I'll be a Steelbook guy. I prefer a regular Amaray case, but it's like it seems like anymore. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's a Steelbook. That seems to be the thing more so now than ever. And like Lionsgate or like Sony, for instance, they put out Fright Night on 4K in a Steelbook. There's never been another release since.
Same with Panic Room.
Panic Room, same thing. So
Yep.
that's my thing. Like we might be stuck with these. It might be that's the deal. So another one, the High Tension 4K. I'm very excited about. It's got all the left off features from the Second Sight that they didn't put on all the old features are back on it. There's a commentary with Aja on it. Pretty cool artwork. Pretty happy with that. But there's a lot apparently slated for Lionsgate throughout the. I heard things like a new Cabin in the Woods 4K, a new Blair Witch 4K from Lionsgate Limited. Basically, it seems like anything that Second Sight did over in the UK is coming. That's Lionsgate is coming to Lionsgate Limited now in 4K steelbooks. So you can look at it that way. I mean, anything that they got over there. And
that's kind of where we're going with a lot of things. Like H24, they're selling most of their shit on their website though.
Yeah,
I want to say they still release it at Amazon and Walmart and stuff, but they primarily list, at least in the beginning, everything's just on their website now. Yeah, for the most part. The last 7 or 8 releases.
Actually owns A24, so some A24 titles are going to come to Lionsgate Limited too. Supposedly, The Witch on 4K for the US 4K steelbook is going to be coming to Lionsgate Limited too.
Yeah.
But like this is what I thought was interesting about this whole A24 Second Sight thing. Now you would know, Alan, the Second Sight 4K releases is the audio. Is it the Dolby Atmos and all that stuff on those Second Sight ones?
I don't think they have it on all theirs, but I think primarily they do. I think.
So like,
I know the Arrow don't. Arrow very rarely has Dolby Atmos if ever. I think they have one release that I got that had Dolby Atmos, I think. But
that's a big selling point.
Pretty standard, I believe.
Lionsgate ones. It's a big selling point that they're going to have all the bells and whistles. Like the U.S. release of Talk to Me, the standard with a slip, apparently has the best audio package. The Dolby Atmos and all that stuff, but all the other releases don't have it. So I don't know if it's an American thing. I don't know what it is, but there is stuff to upgrade with this Lionsgate stuff if you're into audio and whatnot.
Well, I can tell you right now, if you got a sound system, Dolby Atmos is where it's at. I said I would never buy another copy of Jurassic Park when I bought that 4K box set. I said, I'm done. Never have to buy this movie again. And these fuckers re-released the Steelbook 4K with Dolby Atmos. I said, I got to listen to part 1 of Dolby Atmos. And let me just say, it is a huge fucking difference. The dinosaur, the shaking water, the whole scene with the kids in the car, fucking gold, dude. That's reference. It's the Dolby Atmos. I mean, you hear the fucking rain falling on your head. It's pretty legit.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
So, I guess what I was getting at was, I know we just bought these Second Sight releases. If you're looking for a reason to upgrade, there are some reasons with the US release, the Lionsgate releases, new artwork, new Dolby Atmos tracks and things like that. But you have to look into the fine print to see the difference. Like that, the high tension one, I'm very excited about it being getting all the features, and because this other release was fine, which I think I have it right around here somewhere. It did look good and everything, but it's missing a lot of stuff from the US previous releases, and there's no commentary with Aja on this. There's a commentary with some feminist doctor talking about this movie, which makes no sense. Why a feminist would attach their identity politics to a movie about a mentally ill woman. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, actually. But yeah, let's go through the chat before we go ahead and get our number 1 here. Or number 5, sorry. Sydney, what's going on, man?
What's up, Sydney?
Hey, Sydney, what's up, buddy?
Magic Hands, what's going on? Colin, what's going on, man? Pops, Johnny, Keto, Craig, and Brad. Yep. A very svelte, trim and ready 398-pound Craig. He's on the way back. Sydney, I know you did that summer 2025. I did not see it, but I heard horrible things about it. Not a shocker. Yeah, I'm here last night. You saw it? How was it?
The kills were pretty good. I'll give it that. Like, I like the design of the fish. Like the fishermen, like they did that pretty well. Like having the fishermen use like a spear gun too, besides just a hook. Like it's pretty cool. Like how they went with it. But overall, I was kind of disappointed with where they took the ending. I thought it was just kind of out of left field. But I'll give it this. The ending had some balls to do what it did. I can't believe what they did. But I'll give it that. But I just didn't like it. I did not like the ending. I think it's going to piss off a lot of fans of the first 2 movies. But it's got some cool kills. I'll give it that. They did a really good job with that. But other than that, like the dialogue kind of felt like it was written by AI. Like they were just the most unlikable characters besides the OG2.
We're going to have to hear all this again. This is one of Craig's last 5. So we're I just realized.
Well, I'm just, this is just an honorable mention because I have a stack here before I watched the movie. But I'd say give it a shot if you like the other two, not including that direct-to-video third one. That one's garbage. But this is a direct sequel to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, that's cool.
So you should give it a chance for that. But other than that, I mean, it's going to have a mixed fan base for sure. Some things I liked, but like the characters I did not like, the dialogue I did not like. It was just like, it was almost like a parallel movie to Scream 5. It almost felt like they just took the formula of Scream 5 and just copy and pasted into the universe of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Trailer even looked like that.
They even made Ray look just like Dewey.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they're about the same age.
Yeah.
They're Hollywood D-bags. You know, that's probably what they look like. But I get your point. He did resemble. I heard some stuff online that Jennifer Love, huge tits, gained some weight, and people are upset.
Oh, let me tell you something about that, dude. I think she looks fantastic. Like, she's so thin in the first two movies because she was like a young 19, 20-year-old girl.
18 years old or 20 years old, you know? She's 50 now.
She's mom of three now in real life. So now she's just filled out. Like, I love the way she looks now.
All right, Craig, calm down. Somebody hit him with a hose. No, like I heard some rumblings about it. And I'm like, you know, listen, I don't really get into that, like mom's basement dweller and all that shit. But it was just like, dude, if you got a girl, the guys that are complaining about this girl, if you got a girlfriend, she looks like she could probably lead a team of mules. And you're making fun of Jennifer Love Hewitt, who's a fucking movie star, who's gained a little weight in her 50s. I would say, you know, calm down a little bit. But other than that,
it's not that she gained; she's just filled out. Like that's all it is. She's just curvier.
That's me. I filled out when I was about 25.
My sodium intake has been out of control for a decade. Tony's here, the Godfather. What's going on, Tony?
What's up,
Welcome
Tony?
back. Tony's been on a little hiatus.
No,
No, I don't know all the releases. Usually I go to Craig for my releases. But Craig, like texting Craig, you might as well write it on a piece of cardboard and crayon and throw it out the window sometime.
I've been working doubles besides summer school and the hospital this whole week, so I just been.
Craig, where's your phone at right now? See what I mean? But no, I've been looking into some releases. I not that great a year so far, at least. Now we're just halfway through. Back half is usually the better releases, and I've been looking into some other stuff. And like I said, found out about that release of Henry. Very excited about that. Even though I have a really good release, I'm looking for. I'd love to see another release of a new scan, something, anything, new features. Sydney, name some movies where the main character dies, but you did not expect it.
Departed.
Yeah, every fucking.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Main character dies. Didn't expect it. I mean, I would say some Zoller movies, Drag Across Concrete and Cell Block 99, but you kind of expect it now with Zoller. It's kind of what happens. Johnny, any you can think of?
Of course, for some reason, everybody's goes for like the classic, Psycho. That was like Hitchcock's thing, was like to kill off his lead within the first 36 minutes of that movie. But I mean, everybody knows that shit though.
Yeah, now, yeah. I can't really think of too many. I mean, I'm sure we'll think of a million after.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something modern just to save my life, and I'm just constantly like stuck in that fucking shower scene. But
how about Charlie Sheen and Young Guns?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Back in the day, man, he was the headliner. He was the main star of that movie.
Well, I mean, obviously Scream. But
he was the biggest star at the time, anyway.
Friday the 13th Part 2 with the lead from the first movie getting killed.
Oh yeah.
Jason takes a cab or whatever to get to her.
Right, yeah, you got just throw logic out the window on that one.
You got a Mongol.
Me and my wife watched those. She's like, how did he get there? Like, don't ask questions. Don't ask.
Hey, your wife's not even into horror. She's like, wait a minute.
You think he flew Delta?
Please don't analyze these movies because there's a lot of holes. A lot of holes.
Hopefully, JetBlue wasn't around back in the day.
All right, let's go ahead and get this going. Craig, number 5.
Sure. So my number 5 is actually a TV series. I really started getting into these Seth MacFarlane shows after just binge watching Family Guy here and there. And this is one I've never really got into when it came out, but I started watching them now, and these are absolutely hilarious. And I'm really surprised I waited this far. And that's American Dad season 1.
Oh yeah.
So basically, what this is this was Seth MacFarlane's answer to Fox canceling Family Guy back in I think he canceled in 03 or something. So they needed to make a new show. So he basically copy and pasted his formula for Family Guy, and just the main character, that's almost like Peter. There's Lois. The alien is Brian the dog. And then they got a nerdy son like Chris. They got a girl that hates the dad like Meg. And the goldfish, that would be Stewie. So it's like he basically copied the formula of Family Guy and just put it in another show. But what this is, it kind of picks on political humor. Like they make the dad Stan very Republican and his daughter's like a hippie liberal, and all the stuff they do in this show clashes. And I know in this season, they really amp it up with making the Republican Party look extremely crazy, gun crazy and stuff like that. But
imagine that.
It is pretty funny how they go with this show. And this is another one where they keep making seasons for it. They just renewed American Dad and Family Guy and The Simpsons at Fox for more seasons. So unfortunately with these, with Family Guy and American Dad, they stopped production of the DVDs right after Disney acquired Fox.
Oh, that's the worst. Really.
So now all you can get is the new, I think Family Guy stopped at season 17 and American Dad stopped at season 14. So you can only get them on Hulu or I guess not Disney Plus, but I guess Hulu would be the place to get them is to watch the new seasons. But yeah, American Dad, you can find these pretty cheap on eBay, secondhand stores. But I tell you what, man, these hold up pretty well from coming out in 2005. Absolutely hilarious. I'm really surprised I waited this long to watch them, but it goes very well. It's like a nice companion piece to Family Guy. And it's most of the same people anyway. Same animation.
Actors, yeah.
They show up in each other's shows.
Yeah.
They show up, they cross over a lot too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's American Dad season 1. I love this show. I absolutely love it. It's really starting to get up there with Family Guy for me. So yeah, that's my number 1.
Don't forget the Cleveland show as well.
Yeah, they're pretty funny too. Yeah.
Well, how would you say they compare to the late 90s, animated stuff, Johnny? As far as Beavis and Butthead and some of the other stuff that was on around that time.
Well, for instance, for Family Guy, that was the big premiere right after they chose the great marketing for that. That was premiered during the 1999 Super Bowl, I believe, was the advertisement for it. I believe 99 or 2000. And man, when that show came out, it rocked, man. I mean, animation, of course, it looks different, man. I mean, keep in mind, Beavis and Butthead started to. Frog Baseball was 91, 92, and that was for Liquid Television for MTV. So the way they did animation back then was completely different. We're talking about 18 to 26 Asians in a little room, just trying to sketch shit really, really fucking quick to try to put it all together and just try to make an air date for it. Now you have shows like South Park. Well, they'll literally take Sunday off, walk in the office Monday morning to start a whole new show, and it's got to be ready to air on Comedy Central on Thursday night or whatever their time slot is. But I mean, speaking of South Park, I'm not sure what the hell's going on, but they're fighting Comedy Central right now. I'm not sure whether it was just a fight because it was money or of course, I mean, Comedy Central will probably always greenlight South Park, man, because that's the only thing I think that's kept them afloat during the bad years of comedy. But that's a whole other subject though. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely different, man. But shit, if I had to I mean, of course, Beavis and Butthead's always going to take top tier, man. But Family Guy, fucking American Dad, I dug the hell out of the Cleveland show. I know that got low ratings, but man, when those DVDs were popping out, just like Family Guy and American Dad, I was the first one at Target, man, to try to get the exclusive because they always came with bonus disc for a sneak peek for the new upcoming seasons, and shit like that. I'm looking at my shelf over there right now, and it's just fucking stacked full of Seth MacFarlane shit. So. Yeah. And the dude fucking can sing like Frank Sinatra Jr. like it's nobody's business. That dude is great.
In the words of the late great Patrice O'Neal, just say you're gay already, Seth MacFarlane. He's way too into musicals and dancing and singing.
Oh, his movies are great too, man. I mean, I loved Ted 1 and 2 as
I
well.
love
He's an incredible
Fucking
talent.
A Million Ways to Die in the West. That shit was just knockout and fucking hilarious, man. If you can't laugh at that movie, there's just something wrong with you.
Yeah.
I'm
John,
trying to
you
think
know,
of just-
I like how they literally made Stan almost like a mixture of Joe and Quagmire. He's got Joe's build, but Quagmire's chin.
Exactly. It stands not like a real like womanizer, but it's just like Jesus Christ,
I mean,
man. Like
he's
talking a gun-toting lunatic, like definitely. Like you say,
my God.
lean towards the right. Like he's already jumped over to the right, where he's just fucking all in.
I mean, it's made for Fox. He was upset with Fox. He's like, "Oh, you want something? Well, I'll give you something you like," and it worked great. They loved it. But like Seth MacFarlane, Mike Judge, King of the Hill, all that stuff. I mean, it's like he's like the new Mike Judge. It's Mike Judge, right? That did King of the Hill. Yeah. So he's like the new Mike Judge, basically. But I guess they brought King of the Hill back.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. Thankfully,
You
finally
know?
found a home after so many years. Hopefully, Metalocalypse.
Yeah, that would be.
same.
I probably wouldn't watch it, but when I was young, Metalocalypse was Adult Swim, all that stuff. Everybody
Yeah.
loved that.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, it gets picked up, man. I mean, it had great ratings and everything, man. The guy's albums, Brandon Smalls, man, for
They
Death
made a lot
Clock,
of
the
fucking
band.
money on the music.
Toured and played big arenas and sold them out, man. It's just like, what the hell would they cancel a show for? But I don't know, man. I guess Adult Swim was just trying to reformat their whole fucking format, I guess. But
It probably got expensive too with the music and everything. It probably got expensive. And if you're that band, think if you're that band. Do we really want to do voiceover work for a struggling TV network when we can go do a tour and make $180,000 a piece for one fucking night and do it the next night and the next night after that, forever? And all these guys, a lot of these actors want to be rock stars, and a lot of rock stars want to be actors. So to me, I can totally see where they're coming from. Like, why are we doing the fucking show when we can just go and be fucking rock stars and do drugs and fucking party, and live the rock star fucking life? Why are we coming back to sit in a fucking room and talking to a microphone? So if you want us to do that, you're going to have to pay us rock star money. And I don't care how big the show is. It probably doesn't make rock star money show, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Johnny, I don't know if you heard, but Seth MacFarlane's working on 2 different seasons of Ted right now. Did you see the season 1 of Ted?
absolutely, man. I love it.
They just finished season 2, which is still a prequel
Is
series.
that animated or live action?
We're also doing an animated
action.
series right now as a sequel series to the movies. And I think the animated series is going to look just like Family Guy.
Hell yeah. The first live action season of Ted, God, Jesus Christ. If you got Peacock, fucking watch that. As soon as you watch the first pilot episode, that shit's like crack. You'll be stuck on. I think there's only like 8 episodes for the first season. But I think he had like got on Instagram or something, and he showed like the production team wrapping up, packing up cameras and all this shit, and they were like, "Yep, that's a wrap for season 2 of Ted." And everybody was just losing their shit. It's like, it's about fucking time, because I think the first one rolled out during I want to say right after COVID,
Yeah, yep.
2022 or something like that. So it's been a minute now, and
That
that's
just
They
shows
got good
you how
ratings.
busy Seth MacFarlane. Like, he's literally working on. At one point, was working on like 5 shows, from like Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show, Orville, and Ted, like all around the same time. I guess Orville came after, so four things pretty much. But like, that guy's just super busy. But everything he does, like, you have to protect that guy. Like, he's awesome.
yeah, right.
I love everything he puts out.
Big
And
time.
like with Family Guy and American Dad, every time you watch the season, they just keep getting better and better. Especially Family Guy.
You got to think the money that guy's generated. TV, whatever, movies make a lot of money, but TV makes crazy money. You're talking about something, a few million people see, 50 million people see, hundreds of millions of people see those shows, all over the world, not just in the U.S. So, and they play for years and years and years. I mean, multi-billion-dollar asset, that guy.
Just thinking, after Chris Cornell had took his own life, they were like, of course, for as far as like the Seattle lead singers of the time, they were like, protect Eddie Vedder at all costs. He's like the last living like legend of Seattle with a voice like that. So when Craig said protect Seth MacFarlane at all costs, I was like, yeah, like that dude like does like 9 things at once, man. Plus the fucking music, man. Like I said, I'll never shy away from his music. Like I think he was like really good friends with Frank Sinatra Jr. So he's actually got Sinatra Jr. to actually lend his vocal talents to some of the episodes, to like Family Guy, American Dad, and I want to say there was a movie where they actually did like a performance together, where it was like actually them like singing and shit. It's escaping me right now, but yeah, man, that dude is fucking so talented, man.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a super fan, man. I'll buy anything that he does, like in regards to like shows that he makes. I just got all the Orville's during the Target sale, like the first 2 seasons. I haven't watched the Orville yet, but I watched the trailer for the first season. I'm like, this kind of looks like a spoof of like it looks like Men in Black and like
Men in Black,
spoof of Star Trek, but like with that Seth MacFarlane humor.
But I mean, of course, he's like a big fan of science fiction too, man. So of course, you're gonna get a bedazzle with that shit. So.
Yep.
I definitely need to check it out too. That's one thing like I haven't jumped in head first yet, because that's probably kind of like the last on my pile for where I'd want to see Seth MacFarlane go. But I got total faith in it. It's got his name on it. It's got to be good.
Yeah, that and what's the other one? So when I saw Ted the first time in the theater, I could not breathe because I was laughing so hard, because it almost reminded me of like a live action Family Guy, like just a live action movie of Family Guy, and. I could not. I had to go see it a second time because I couldn't hear most of the jokes, because not only me but the rest of the theater was laughing so hard. And there's only a few times I ever felt that in a theater, was like when I saw The Hangover for the first time. Like the theater was roaring in laughter.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
40. Yes.
First of all, I said Harlem Nights in theaters, dude. I say the opening night, dude. It was packed and goddamn people rolling out of their seats, man. It was so funny. First 20 minutes of that movie. Fuck.
Red Fox there at the poker table. Ain't gonna be too many more than motherfuckers.
You fucking with a heavyweight.
Put that little piece of shit away. You know, they're just Tommy gunning.
The fuck off your foot. You be the 9-2 having this lip in this bitch in Harlem.
They're Tommy gunning the whole building, trying to kill that guy, and fucking Arsenio Hall shoots his little pistol at the end.
Yeah,
it keeps happening. Oh, that's hilarious.
Stop shooting that little shit. Make your dick shrink up the size of a cocktail weenie. Bury your clothes in the yard.
I mean, that movie's a fucking classic.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Chris Cornell hang himself?
Yeah. Didn't who?
Chester Benningfield, same thing, hung himself.
I know Chris Cornell done it in his hotel room. As far as Chester Bennington, I think he done it in his own residence, I believe.
They were best friends. Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington was his name. Lincoln Park, both worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Both started apparently. This is conspiracy theory stuff, but apparently they both had signed to fund a giant like child sex trafficking, organization. And then they killed themselves like a month apart. Like, it's a little weird. Don't you think? It's a little odd that 2 guys worth that kind of money would just.
I think it was a year.
Was it a year apart?
Yeah. But I think there was like almost like an anniversary almost of it, like coinciding with it.
Yeah. There's conspiracies on that, but it's like, also, if you've ever seen those guys talk or heard their music, yeah, I kind of believe it too. Like they both seem like the type to kill themselves.
A lot of depression.
It was interesting the way that all worked out and all that went on with it after that. But
hey, Johnny, I know that there's not a lot of merch out for American Dad besides like the 14 seasons on DVD. Mm-hmm. Do you have every season, or do you only have like the ones that were released to stores? Because Amazon had to do the burn on demands for like season 9 through 14.
Gotcha. I had to do that same thing, what you're talking about right there through Amazon, to get the Squidbillies on DVD like that. And it was like you ordered it exclusively from Amazon. You got the disc and you flipped it over, and it's like, wait a minute, it's a fucking burnt DVD.
Yeah.
I want to say I got like the first, it's either the first 4 or 5 seasons of American Dad. There came to a point, man, whenever I want to say it was like Netflix or Hulu back in the day had picked all of them up, and I was literally after so many seasons, I think I bought like maybe 14 or 15 seasons of Family Guy. You had Blue Harvest, you had the Star Wars trilogy they had done. Yeah. Then they put out like the little compilation disc of like the Stewie and Brian stuff. Mm-hmm. I did get a lot of that stuff, man. But after a certain point, man, I did kind of retract away from buying them because Target stopped doing like the exclusive
Yeah.
Stuff like you would go in, you get like a bonus DVD every time with a new season of whatever show Seth was putting out, and I was really chasing it for that high, man, for that, because it was like, damn, like, you know, just as long as you can stay away from Walmart and Best Buy, you go to straight to Target and you got the extra shit that nobody else got.
Yeah.
So I was chasing that as well.
I'm a little crazy with like how the collection goes, because remember when Family Guy first came out, there in those thick box sets with like
Big
3
boxes.
discs? Well, I ended up rebuying the first 6 seasons of Family Guy in the slim cases because I didn't want those clunky box sets on my shelf, because Walmart re-released them just in regular cases. And same with American Dad. So that's why I picked up this slim version, because the first couple seasons of American Dad were that thick box. I didn't want that. So I just went back and bought all the plain ones. And they're cheap too. So
but back in the day, man, when those were rolling out at Target, man, like the first season of Family Guy was like $45. The first season of American Dad, like the clunky boxes you're talking about, $40.
Yep.
Man, shit was expensive.
I know there's a lot of toys and stuff for Family Guy, but like you don't get much for American Dad. But check this out. I don't know if you saw this. They're doing a vinyl figure for Stan. Look at that. Maybe it'll focus. But
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, look at that chin. Jesus
I
Christ.
know they did him dirty there, but yeah.
It's so over dramatic. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, like like Funko Pops and stuff like that, which I'm sure they have. They probably maybe licensed a deal with Fox somewhere along the way, maybe for some of the stuff. But like Stewie, for example, or Stewie and Brian, like, man, there's so many variations you could do with that.
They did a Family Guy Funko Pops a while ago. I'm finding a picture of them. Like, they did 4 of them, and you can get them on eBay for probably double the price. But like, that's what they look like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude,
So, like,
Peter Griffin is awesome.
They're kind of like doubled or tripled in price right now, and I'm hoping they put more out, because like Stewie's got so many outfits. Brian, Peter, like you could do so much stuff with them. And even American Dad, like if they did American Dad Pops, they would sell.
Absolutely.
You can do anything in a pop and it'll sell.
I was just thinking, like, alone for the character of Meg, like you were really like they could probably get really offensive for that, because of course in the show Family Guy, like Meg kind of turns into a man out of nowhere. She like reinvents herself as a man and shit. They did
a vinyl of Meg where it's called Hot Meg. Look at this. So that company that's doing the American, or I don't know if I can get the light to show.
There you go. Yeah.
People can put that next to their Megan doll.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Hot Meg. But yeah, it's called that U2s or whatever.
Okay.
They have the Family Guy license, so they got some cool. They got one of like Brian puking, one of Peter like holding his knee and stuff like that. Yep. That's what they got.
Chicken fight and shit, man. God, those are the best episodes.
Oh, I know. But yeah, if I can lock down like a Peter Funko Pop and maybe a Ted Funko Pop, because I know they're vaulted right now, which sucks because I should have picked them up. Every time I saw them like years ago, I'm like, I'll get it eventually.
That's a pop. There's
mass production. Yep.
So, but yeah, I think one day I'll have a couple of those pops grace my Seth MacFarlane collection.
Hell yeah.
All right, my number 5. The Black Phone.
Never watched.
Oh yeah.
It's a good movie, Craig. It's not going to be your thing. Let me just tell you.
Probably not.
Very, very slow, but I did like it. I didn't like it quite as much as maybe Johnny, but we did a stream. We did the best horror films the last 6 years over on Alan's channel. Went really well. We had a lot of fun with it, but Black Phone, I had realized I had somehow missed it all these years. And I know Alan speaks really high of it. For some reason, Steve doesn't like it, even though it is a Colorado movie, coming of age, 70s kind of thing. You would think he would like it. For some reason, he doesn't like it. But I enjoyed it. You have the grabber played by Ethan Hawke, which I get it. You want a good actor, but it's like, I didn't even know that was Ethan Hawke until the very end of the fucking movie. I'm like,
right.
Okay. Max could have played Ethan. It could have been, because that's what I thought at first. I was like, oh, Max, it's a split personality type thing. And he's the grabber and he doesn't even know he's the grabber type thing. But no, there really is a guy downstairs and Max is just a fucking idiot. And he has no I did like that. How his brother is upstairs, he's downstairs, and he has no fucking idea that his brother's the fucking grabber, and there's kids down there, and shit like that. I did like that, and the cops showing up, and he's
And there's
just
cocaine on the coffee table.
Match, right?
He calls the cops, and there's fucking lines of cocaine already cut on the table, and they're looking at the table and looking at him, being like,
he's just like the mensch, the neighborhood mensch that wants to help everybody, and kind of nosy and all this stuff, and lonely kind of guy, and he just gets coked up every night and studies the grabber case. And he's like Charlie Day from fucking It's Always Sunny, trying to find Carol in HR, with the shit all over the walls and shit. And he calls the police over. We're jumping around, but that's the best part of the whole movie is that whole sequence. He calls the police to share with him his findings in the investigation, and he's like, "Listen, they have to be from this area, and the grabber must have a van, and blah blah. You should be looking for a van, and he has to be a white male. This is a white neighborhood, and blah blah blah. They have to be from right in this region, and his house is in the center of that region." And then they look over, and there's chopped up lines of coke on the table, and they're like, "Okay, whatever, guy, we got to get out of here." And they just point at the table, and he's like, "Oh shit." And then they leave, and he goes right back to doing the cocaine. And it turns out that they're under the house, they're in the basement the whole time. I don't know, that part of it I really did enjoy. Grabber being some kind of weird musician, not musician. Well, maybe he is a musician, but also like a magician too. He's got he uses these black balloons to kind of like entice the kids, and he just wraps them in the balloons and throws them in the fucking van kind of thing. It's not some kind of pedo thing. He's like a serial killer of children, but he has this ritual that he has to
That's awesome.
they have to do this ritual to basically for him to kill them. It's almost like the Trinity Killer. Like you have to play with the toys, you have to eat the cheeseburgers and all this stuff, and then you got to try to escape, kind of thing. I enjoyed that element of it. I don't know how they're making the Black Phone 2 because I believe at the end it's pretty definitive, but I'd have to rewatch it. But
have you seen the trailer for 2 yet?
I haven't seen the trailer yet. No. But 70s, 70s, very very strong 70s feel. I felt at least the clothing, the atmosphere, the kids. They're what are they? 10-year-old, 11-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids, something like that, somewhere in the neighborhood, and. I don't know. I did enjoy it. I didn't, like I said, I didn't go crazy for it, and it's pretty tame to an for I think there's one on-screen kill, but there's something going on with the phone that's pretty unexplained. It felt like kind of Matt Reeves, Dr. Sleep. It's Matt Reeves, right? In Dr. Sleep. Anyway, the director of Dr. Sleep kind of thing, a little bit of a supernatural element. I don't know what the hell that phone is. Is it ever explained? Did I just miss that with why the phone works? Is any of it explained? As far as I'm concerned, I don't really know, but it's a solid movie. It's interesting. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Sydney would probably get something out of it, but Craig, I'd definitely skip it. There's no way you're going to win. It's very. I don't know how long it is. It seemed a little long to me, but take that for what it's worth. But yeah, Black Phone, I think 2022.
All right, my first one, or number 5, is hold on, that's my Blockbuster box set. Okay, so move back to
that's a hell of a shirt you got on, by the way. What is this?
Yeah,
What's this shirt? Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
You
physical
gotta
media packaging done right. That's cool.
All right, my number 5. First off, nobody's probably going to heard most of these movies. Just to get a little heads up here, a little bit of a spoiler alert. I've been going through all my IFC Midnight movies, finally watching them and deciding which ones I'm going to keep, which I'm going to get rid of. Just a heads up, I had about 50. I think I ended up keeping 10. Just to give you an idea. There's a whole lot of stinkers in that stack. I bought them because I was trying to get all the IFC Midnights back when I was an idiot. More of an idiot. And, and let's just say when I started watching these, it's like, a lot of these really suck ass. I mean, they're very, very generic, very one-time watchy. They're somewhat entertaining, but after you watch them one time, it's like, I'm never going to watch that again, ever. And I was kind of let down because I guess why I started collecting them is, it was certain ones like Rent-A-Pal and Clovitz Killer. I started just watching the bangers, and I guess I'm going to start collecting these bitches. I started really liking these. And I started getting them and put them on the shelf, kind of collecting them, checking off my list. And when I finally started watching them, I was like, this might have been a mistake. But there's a couple jewels that I found, whatever. Only one, and these 5 I'm going to talk about tonight. Just a heads up. This one here I watched today, The Dead Room. You look at that cover, it's like, okay, this might be all right.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. It's New Zealand horror. It came out in 2015. I'm not going to name the cast because you're not going to hear of any of them. The premise of the movie: a family flees a haunted New Zealand farmhouse. Scientists and a psychic investigate, encountering a malevolent spirit, guarding the house mysteries at all costs. It starts off, okay, I kind of enjoy movies like this. Like, I think I've said it before, kind of like movies like Poltergeist. When there's a haunted house, there's some freaky shit coming on. You bring the professionals in. You kind of feel a sense of security because you got some professionals there that's going to kind of figure shit out. I just like when you have the homeowners, the professionals in one house. I've always kind of liked that vibe. Probably because one of the first scary movies I ever seen was Poltergeist. And so when other movies do it, like,
Conjuring.
The Conjuring and stuff like that, I just always dug that. That's why I thought I would enjoy this. The problem with this is you don't care about the characters. Nobody can fucking act. The main guy who's supposed to be the guy that's kind of leading the party, he brought in some girl that's supposed to be a psychic. She has a personality of this goddamn spark can right here. I mean, you don't give a fuck about anybody in the fucking show for one. So right there, it's dead in the water. Then the special effects are so fucking cheesy. And when you get to the final climax, this right here, the girl's eyes roll back in her head for about 5 seconds. And that's kind of where you get this image here from. And that's the only cool part of the entire movie. The rest of it is just so fun. I mean, there's literally part of the movie I fast forwarded a little bit just because I was tired of watching it. Absolutely fucking garbage. It's already listed to be sold. But that's my number 5. It's absolutely terrible.
Be winners.
And problem is there's every 10 IFC minutes I watch, about 9 of them are like this.
That's too bad.
Yeah, because they got some good ones. They got some good ones in their lineup, man. But they got, for every one good one, they got 10 bad ones, unfortunately. So I don't recommend The Dead Room for nobody. Waste of space.
Number 5.
Number 5. I picked this up during Prime Day just because it had a really good price on it. I had the Blu-ray of it, and I was like, hey, it's definitely time to upgrade this. It's just definitely one of my favorite flicks. Unfortunately, just couldn't really tell the difference that much from the Blu-ray I previously owned to the new 4K. But I had to put them back one after the other, side by side, to kind of see the difference. But it's American Gangster on 4K. Love the hell out of that flick. This does include both of the director's cut and the theatrical cut. My opinion, just watch the theatrical cut. It's fine. There was a reason why the director's cut was trimmed. There was just way too much fat, not to mention the ending. Complete and utter garbage, in my opinion. The theatrical ending, 100%, it's fucking great. Doesn't get any better than that. But unfortunately, the director's cut kind of lets it roll for another 3 or 4 minutes, and it's definitely not what you want to see after you see the actual theatrical cut. But I can say this, though. There's a scene in here where we see Denzel Washington's character. Just in a moment of desperation, he takes what money he has and he flies over to Vietnam. And during those scenes where he's getting off to meet like the biggest heroin distribution dealer in Vietnam, and he tells him, is like, since I gave you all this money and we made this deal, I don't have to bring my black ass back down here no more. The surrounding scenes for that looks really good on here. Seems like I would have noticed that on Blu-ray. It's kind of one of those things where I could compare it to Inglourious Bastards, like the original, the first studio 4K we got of Inglourious Bastards. The opening is we're seeing like this house in the countryside right before the German Nazis come to this household where they're harboring Jews in the basement or under the floorboards, whatever. I don't think that's a fucking basement. But the tree lines are like flushed out. You can't really make no detail or anything like that. Arrow comes out with a 4K of it, and you could do like a side-by-side comparison of it like I've seen on YouTube. And you can actually see the leaves like has already changed colors because of the season when it's like pretty much fall when they shot the opening scene for Inglourious Bastards. I can kind of say that for like the Vietnam scenes in here, but for everything else, it's very minuscule timing that he goes to Vietnam. Actually, I think he only goes to Vietnam like twice in the movie. And he actually has a cousin that's there that we see like a few snippet scenes from there. But other than that, I mean, it looks really great for a 4K. Don't get me wrong. But if you already have the Blu-ray of it, I would say try to get this for a cheap deal. If you definitely do want to upgrade or you just don't have it yet, try to grab it for a cheap price. But really good movie, though. American Gangster.
Yeah, but that's what you're in it for with 4K. So you get a little bit of a new experience. So that would be worth it for me. Just like you said about the Inglourious Bastards or that Vietnam stuff. That when I can notice something different and something I've watched for years and years, that's a win for me. All right, we'll go through the chat real quick and be on number 4. Sydney, number 5, Sisu. I know this movie. I haven't seen it, but I've heard lots of good things about it. It's about like the Nazis trying to steal gold from this gold miner. I've heard it's pretty good. First question from Sydney. What films about mental illness hit you the hardest, if any?
The Joker.
Very good pick. I'm going to say, let's keep it old school. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Or, I'll tell you what, Russell Crowe with, because I just held up American Gangster. Let's go with A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind's pretty dark.
Yep.
By the end of it, but I don't know. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. What an ending.
There's a movie with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro called Awakenings.
Oh yeah,
that one hits hard. That one hits real hard.
What's the other one with Robin Williams where he 1 hour photo with mental illness?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know he's mentally ill. He's just like so fucking like lonely and broken that he just snaps. I don't know if he's mentally ill. I think he just like he had enough kind of thing. But you're right. It probably is some kind of
Rain Man.
Think about the scene though where he's got the couple in the bed though, and what he's making them do to pose for that photo when he does it. Like that takes a fucking psychotic to fucking do it.
Yeah, but a crazy person wouldn't have any guilt about it or any misgivings about
remorse.
it.
I got you.
He's doing it and he's like disgusted by it. He keeps stopping. He's like, "Don't touch it. Just pretend." God, like I don't know. He's definitely fucked in the head. Don't get me wrong, but like obviously, I think that's more of a nurture than nature type situation. But yeah, that's a great movie and would be an insanely good looking 4K 1 hour photo. It's directed by somebody who does like known for music videos, just the visual styles of it and everything, the colors. I think it'd be great in 4K.
Can we call like a degenerate gambler, like a mental illness, like let's say like Uncut Gems, right?
It's documented, yes.
Yeah, there's got to be some mental illness involved. There's got to be, because I think that's a stressful fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even The Departed, like DiCaprio goes like a downward spiral with the anxiety of like the fear of being like caught undercover.
Yeah. I don't know. There's plenty. The Ed Gein making like the original movie that they did in like 2006 ish. That movie is disturbing. That's a very disturbing. Just the idea that somebody's out there that's that fucking crazy, walking around being normal, and then when they go, normal as they can be, but when they go home, they're putting on fucking whole women's skins, like covering themselves in women's skin and coming outside and wandering around dancing and shit. That is fucking disturbing as hell.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Laurie's downward spiral.
Laurie fucking loses her shit. Like a shit collector with amnesia. She's pretty bad in that second one. But yeah, there's a lot of them. And mental illness, the reason it's so unsettling is they're so unpredictable. You don't know what the fuck they're going to do. And yeah. It's a good question. Black Glove reviews. Marshmallow, 4 out of 10. Yeah, I didn't even heard of that. I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. A 4 out of 10, maybe I just not.
That doesn't sound great. Sydney says Black Phone 3 out of 5. That sounds about right. Solid. 3 out of 5. Yeah. Yeah, American Gangster's a winner. Figured Sydney would like it. I know he's into those kind of crime movies. Yeah, sometimes the theatrical is the way to go, and sometimes the director's cut's the way to go. I'd say watch both. Make up your mind for yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, 20% there. You go 20%. Oh, yeah, 20%. Yeah, there you go. From the, I can answer for you. He does.
I don't.
I thought you did have all the window releases.
Unfortunately, I mean, you have the DVD format that they did in the window sets and also Blu-rays as well. But yeah, they're just some of those are a little bit really hard to track down. When you do actually find some, they're not all together. They're usually missing the poster or the booklet. So I don't buy anything that's used that's going to be incomplete as far as that goes. But yeah, I still chase them though, that's for sure. But they as time keeps going on though, you would think that the price people would just, whoever has them just would drop the price on them and just try to get rid of them, since literally almost all of them have new 4K releases from the same boutique label. But yeah, Cult Labs definitely Arrow did a great job with collabing with Cult Labs to put those things out. Those were, I could only imagine if you were in the UK and you were just walking through what is that HMV that they have, and I forgot the other name of the big physical media store that they have. FYE, I think, is a little bit more North America. I think
you're right.
And but I can only imagine just walking through like a place like that and just seeing a whole like end cap or a whole shelf just full of all these different movies in that style packaging. Like it would stick out like that. But I love them though. I'll never get rid of them. That's for sure.
Mrs. Walker, how you doing? She says, "Girl interrupted." That's a good one. A good point. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Absolutely.
I was on my phone really right before we went live, and a picture popped up on my iPhone of you and Chris, you and my wife. When we went up there and met you guys, we were at dinner one night. I guess they took a picture together. It popped up on my phone. Like, damn, that was a good memory. Good times.
How long has that been now? Like almost like what, 4 years now?
2 years. 2 years.
2 years?
Not last Thanksgiving. Actually, it was 3 years ago.
3 years.
Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
Yes, right around Thanksgiving. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Time flies.
Time flies.
I'll do it again.
Oh yeah.
You know, that she made me think of for Sydney's question. Shutter Island would be
yeah. That's number one answer.
Yeah.
That's number one answer,
dude. You want to hear some fucking bullshit? Me and you had texted. It was a while back. It was a few months ago, but I told you, I was like, damn, I didn't even realize Shutter Island got like a 4K upgrade. And we saw it on Amazon and shit, was checking it out. And I think it was like $28.99, whatever. But for Amazon Prime Day, they actually discounted that fucking thing to like $11.49. I put that shit in a cart with 42 other things that I got. I got everything in the cart, but for some reason it took Shutter Island out of my cart.
Oh shit!
So I didn't even get it. So I was like, well, I know exactly what I'm going to get on the next Prime Day. That's for sure. But yeah, great fucking pick right there, man. Yeah, Shutter Island, 100%.
Oh, me, myself, and Irene.
There you go.
Another very quotable movie, but can't quote it online.
I know you're a Scorsese guy, Craig. Where do you come out on Shutter Island? I think, me personally, I'll just blurt mine out first. I think it's probably his most underrated movie. Not just underseen, but underrated as far as like him flexing his director muscles. You know, it's not a crime movie. It's not his wheelhouse. It's him going outside and all the casting that he did, Ben Kingsley and all the shit that he did. But what do you think, Craig? I know this is maybe.
So I saw it I thought it was going to be like a horror film, just seeing the trailer for it. So I did see it in the theaters back in 2010, and I was just waiting for just something more than what the movie was. I just wanted like a horror movie about it. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like a murder, whatever.
Mystery thriller kind of thing.
That's what I was kind of thinking it was marketed as. And when I saw in the trailer, Ben Kingsley runs into Leo and goes, "Going somewhere?" And I'm like, did they just spoil this movie? Is Leo the schizo in this? Then I'm like, they wouldn't put that in the trailer. And then lo and behold, right as the movie comes out, Leo's the fucking schizo. I'm like, I should have never watched that trailer. So,
that's another movie that really benefits from a second watch. You really start to notice things like you can put the puzzle together, why the guns and all the things that happen throughout the movie.
It's another Sixth Sense. You watch it once, you watch it again, you're watching two different movies.
Yeah.
Once you know the ending, whatever, then you start watching it for different reasons.
You know, man, speaking of that too, I've always been that person. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but I just don't like Mark Ruffalo. I just never found him to be a good actor.
I loathe Mark Ruffalo.
Like,
even in Collateral.
Usually I can just like look through that shit and just be like, "Ugh, God, they could have picked anybody fucking else, and that role would have been better." But for the sake of Shutter Island, I remember we were talking not too long ago about it, just picking it apart like we normally do. And I was telling you, I was just like, man, like fucking, there's only one downfall of that movie for me, and it's unfortunately it's Mark Ruffalo. And since he is basically like DiCaprio's sidekick through that whole movie, once they get on the fucking boat, they get on the island, blah, 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 and it all plays out. I was just like, man, like, I wish they'd have picked somebody else. And then you brought it up. You were like, well, keep in mind, like, from the get-go, he's in on the whole story. He knows what his job is. He's going to have to play along with him the whole time. I went back to go watch that movie again. Like you said, everything benefits from a second watch. I went back to go watch it for like the 8th or 9th time. And I was like, yeah, like, believe it or not, like, I can take my words back on that, where I was just basically fucking wrong on it. But he actually did do a really good job of playing that part of the movie. If you're keeping in mind the whole time, he already knows the whole layout of what's going on, like what the treatment is from the time they get on there, and he's got to literally lead him down the road. Just keeps calling him boss, gives him cigarettes every time he wants one. Just all little mannerisms that he has in there. But I know that's just some fine,
He's like a psychiatrist.
off the wall grain shit.
He's like a psychiatrist playing a detective,
Exactly.
in a movie. So he does do well in it. But as you're watching it the first time, you're like, I don't buy him as a fucking cop or anything.
Right.
You know, and that helps it, especially on the second watch. Where you're like, well, of course you don't buy him as a cop. He's not a cop. You know, he's some pussy, you know, feelings guy. But I really don't bother. I don't buy him as a cop in fucking Collateral. That's one of the most satisfying deaths in film history. When he comes out, he's got a fucking hairstyle like, man, this makes you tough, by the way, doing your hair like this. He's like, oh, I'm a cop now. So, you know, so he comes out the club and he's like trying to save Jamie Foxx and just takes fucking like 8 bullets. And Jamie Foxx and fucking Vincent is just like, all right, come on, let's go. Doesn't even give him a second to mourn this cop who just got obliterated. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that dead cop. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Brad, I don't know if you saw the movie Foxcatcher or not, but he was in that. He played Olympic wrestler Dave Schultz. And
he played Schultz.
It's almost like he turns into Dave Schultz. Like you almost forget it's Mark Ruffalo.
He's got the gait of Schultz. You know,
he was a wrestler in real life, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. So like when they're warming up and stuff, like he moves fluently like a wrestler.
You know what he looks like? He looks like every wrestling referee. That's what he looks like. The fuck every referee that's ever done wrestling, you know, ref wrestling is. But he got that Schultz lumbering, you know, attitude and
and like the soft spoken, like the soft spokenness when it comes talking to Mark Schultz. I'm like, he really transformed into Dave Schultz for that role. Schultz
was the nicest, meanest motherfucker on the planet.
Oh yeah,
by all accounts, like he was the nicest, sweetest guy in the world, unless you wrestle him. And it was the worst kind of thing. Check your oil, whatever he had to do. Just a dirty motherfucker to win. But that movie is nothing compared to the Prince of Pennsylvania documentary they did on ESPN. That is so much better than the movie Foxcatcher. If you ever watch that, you ever want to watch Foxcatcher again, watch the documentary The Prince of Pennsylvania. It's so much better. They bring all the wrestlers over to do the real interviews and everything. And it's really a documentary about Dave Schultz more than anything, but it's very, very good.
Speaking of mental illness, I mean, like Steve Carell, as he plays
Foxcatcher, there you go.
He's literally mentally ill in that movie.
Yeah.
He played John DuPont. Like
bizarre, very bizarre story. But weird, man, like uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Weird wrestling.
There's something about people that like if they're mouth breathers, when like he breathes through his mouth the whole movie, and like all the zoom in shots of him breathing slowly through his mouth, I'm like, this is creepy.
Yeah.
So
you know, whatever inbred. I don't know what was going on with the DuPonts, but he's very weird guy. I'm pretty sure he died in a psych ward or something. But insane wealth, billionaire, multi-billionaire, and went fucking just whacked away. And it's an all true story. It's 100% true.
Yep.
Couldn't cover that one up.
Unfortunately, I've never seen Foxcatcher, man. You maybe want to watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
Great movie.
It's pretty good. I watched the documentary and then decide if you want to watch it. Because
you said it's the Prince of Pennsylvania.
Prince of Pennsylvania. ESPN did the documentary, and the difference would be they put in some weird stuff. By all accounts, was not in there. In the movie, like they kind of painted out like John DuPont was like gay for these wrestlers. And by no wrestlers are kind of apes. Craig, Greg's a wrestler. there's not a lot of, and that's a good thing. Wrestling is like this. It's fast. Just get to the next, position, whatever. And when wrestlers talk, it's forward. It's just, there's not a lot of couth, whatever. And I'd never heard anybody from Team Foxcatcher say that John DuPont was some big time queer that was like trying to molest these wrestlers who were gorillas. Who, what I mean? Like that makes no sense whatsoever. Wrestling is a very masculine, very manly sport. There's nothing gay about it. But to like somebody making a Hollywood movie, they may think it looks gay, and they kind of blended that in. And there's awkward scenes where like John DuPont would call Dave Schultz or one of the Schultz brothers in the middle of the night.
Channing Tatum's character.
Channing
wrestle him at like 3 in the morning.
And he wanted them to like wrestle in a dark room together. It's like that, by all accounts, never happened, and it really makes the movie just awkward and weird. But like I said, check out the documentary. We just rail.
I'll have to look it up because I loved Foxcatcher, so I got to check that documentary out.
Yeah, documentary way better than the movie, but the movie's still pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Sydney Taxi Driver, Blue Velvet, also great. Mental Taxi Driver, kind of the original. Like, hey, this dude's fucking. How do you put it down? The cheese, the cracker.
Cheese and cracker ain't met in a while. Cheese on
he's got the
cracker.
When he's got the running for senator in the back seat of the car, and he was like, you know what I like to do? I like to. This street is just full of so much scum. I just like to take it and flush it right down the fucking toilet. And I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, I'd like to kill everybody.
Love it. Great pick. Great fucking pick, Sydney. Both of them, man. Dennis Hopper too, man, for Blue Velvet. Holy shit. Woo.
Yeah, Taxi Driver's a weird one for me. Does he like the mayor or does he hate the mayor? Because at one point he's like trying to kill him.
It's just by coincidence because he's trying to fuck that broad that she works for his office and trying to get him the election campaign and all that shit.
Like he wants to get payback on her, kind of. I don't know, that movie, the theme.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm retarded. The themes and the score, I don't know. It's something about it. It's just never worked for me. I watched that movie. There's some stuff in it I absolutely love, like the bodega scene. That's some of the best. That's some of the best, most down, like grounded, realistic, scenes. I just love that, and the way the bodega owner is so upset at the guy that tried to rob him that he gets a fucking pipe out and starts beating his dead body, calling him a faggot.
I'm sure you love the scene just as much as I do. Robert De Niro is driving along, and he picks up, of all people, Martin Scorsese, who's playing.
Oh yeah.
The husband who's sitting in the back seat, and he's like, who's in that window up there? That's my wife, and she's fucking that guy up there. And it's like, he doesn't say that guy, but
yeah.
He's losing his fucking mind though in the back seat, and just Robert De Niro is just looking in the rearview mirror at him, and just the look he has on his face while he's like just holding his composure is fucking great. I love that movie.
A 44 Magnum. He keeps talking about a 44 Magnum, and of course Robert De Niro remembers that when he goes to the guy selling the guns. He's like, yeah, I'll take that 44 Magnum. He buys 4 or 5 guns, and yeah, some of it that I really enjoyed. Some of it I don't. Like Harvey Keitel. Who told him that was a New York fucking pimp from Puerto Rico? Standing on the corner, fucking doing this, like he's dressed like, it's the most ridiculous outfit I've ever seen. Just the way he talks to him, I don't know.
But you even watch him in Mean Streets too, man. There's like this. Look, we all love Reservoir Dogs and Harvey Keitel himself, like the Wolf and fucking Pulp Fiction. But even in Mean Streets, like the character that Harvey Keitel plays is just like, to me, is just like Taxi Driver. It's like a little bit off. Yeah. Like I think the script was written, and maybe they might have been met with time restrictions, whatever the case may have been. But I guess them being friends and acquaintances, who knows the whole story with that. But it still felt a little off. But don't get me wrong, I love both those fucking movies. But you're gonna have problems with shit no matter what. But yeah, Harvey Keitel's characters in both those flicks, I just said, yeah,
he's an interesting actor. He can do certain things really well. I tell you what he's really good in, The Irishman. As Angelo, just a very slight performance, and he's just the way he explains things, and he's at the peak of his. He's old. He's very old now, but he's at the peak right there when he's just explaining to him about the Jew mob and
the Jewish laundromat.
The Jewish laundromat. He said
Fuck
it was
yeah.
Team Washerwoman. You're lucky I don't let the Jew mob have you. It's
He's got the greatest fucking line in Pulp Fiction. Let's don't start sucking each other's dicks quite yet.
so please clean the fucking car.
Yeah.
Please with sugar on top. Or I forget what how does he put it? I can't remember. Please with sugar and a cherry on top. Clean the fucking car. I can't remember why, but it's he's great in Pulp Fiction, obviously. Yeah, Rambo. That's a good pick. Zully. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will work that out. Gets a little cooler. Gets a little cooler. I'll be heading south. I'm sure I'll be stopping by North Georgia.
Johnny, y'all need to come down here, man. We'll watch the
Absolutely,
movie,
man.
kill a bottle of liquor, and have a good time.
Fucking where he's sitting there on the windowsill and he's looking at Jimmy and he's like, Jimmy, you an oak man? Well, your Uncle Marcellus, he's an oak man.
Is your I forget what he said? Is your wife a millionaire, or was your uncle a millionaire? Because your Uncle Marcellus is, and he would love to furnish your whole bedroom with a brand new living room or bedroom suite. I'm an oak man myself, Jimmy. Are you an oak man? Oak man.
Dude, he took that fucking character, man. Like I could just think of Harvey Keitel in my mind, and boom, like he pops as the wolf.
He just chews
right
off
off the
the
bat.
when he's on screen.
Absolutely.
Pretty pleased with sugar on top. Clean the fucking car. Pearl, another mental illness movie. That's definitely a mental illness.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Sling Blade, Sydney says, absolutely. Trini, what's going on? Cure for Wellness, Neil Goth. Yeah. Cure for Wellness, that's a crazy movie. You haven't seen it? Okay, we're going to have to, before we continue, we're going to go to the next round here. I'm going to start. I got you here, Jim. We'll get you when we come back around here. All right. Number 4.
All right, so everyone knows that Kino's been putting out some great titles for catalog titles recently. They've pretty much gone through like most of the Paramount catalog and Universal catalog. They got some great stuff coming out. Stuff that you wouldn't expect to get a 4K, but because I love my basic bitch titles, it's stuff I would buy immediately. Stuff that would hold my attention. And I picked up Wayne's World 2 on 4K. This is one of those sequels that I think just is right on par with the original. I mean, it came out less than a year after the first one came out. And this is right when Mike Myers was really starting to get popular off of Saturday Night Live. And the characters of Wayne and Garth, I mean, it's just 90s cheese. I love it so much. I really love what they do in this movie. A lot of pop culture references too with Wayne's World. They always kind of throw some cameos of like different actors. I remember
Chris Farley
made a cameo in this movie, just out of nowhere. Jurassic Park T-Rex had a cameo. But
is that the one with the Reebok?
This is the one where they do Wayne Stock, where he has to make that concert. And what else is in it? Like
Chris Farley, the road eater, security guard. Chris Farley's a road eater.
He's a security guard in the first one, but in the second one, he plays Milton with the long hair.
Yeah.
Chris Farley's fantastic in this movie. Christopher Walken plays the bad guy, or he's not really a bad guy, but he's like the other love interest for Cassandra, who's trying to steal her. Tia Carrere, man, she's great in the first one. That's really her singing in that movie. Like she was actually a singer. That's really her doing the songs. But in this one, for some reason, she's so much hotter in the second one. Me and Tommy were talking about this. Like, I don't know, like she got like 10 times hotter in the second one. But yeah, Wayne's World 2 is just one of those sequels that like no matter what time of the day it's on, if I catch it on TV, I'll watch it. Like the same with the first one. Really love Mike Myers. I think he is another comedic genius. I know he's put some bombs out before, like The Love Guru and
oh my god, that
like
killed his career.
Yeah. But like
you mentioned
Powers and pretty much Shrek, but like they're like his babies. But Mike Myers is a comic genius for sure.
We mentioned Inglourious Bastards. I like his little role in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's cool to see him do something like that, something else.
And he was also in fucking the Queen documentary Bohemian Rhapsody. He's it was kind of funny. He was the record manager that was basically giving them shit about Bohemian Rhapsody. Nobody wants to hear that shit. And of course, ironically, he brought that song in for Wayne's World.
Yeah,
That made it so popular, and he's shitting on it in the Queen documentary, which I thought was hilarious. You know?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Paramount put the first one out on 4K, and yeah, I don't know why they didn't do the sequels, but I'm glad Kino picked it up because the sequel is just as good as the first one, for sure. And this is cool. Kino doesn't really do this a lot, but they gave it reversible artwork.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
they're getting better. They're adjusting the knobs here, going what works, what doesn't work. People like reverse artwork.
Yeah,
It doesn't cost very much to do reverse artwork.
pretty lacking on the features, but I don't really buy
Pretty low price too to go with those lesser features too.
Oh yeah. So and that's cool about Kino. They always do those summer sales or whatever. They usually do a sale every few months. But
Yeah.
Target, like if you can get the Target sale, I just pre-ordered Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and Coneheads, and I got them all for just right around $50 for the three of them.
Shipped.
Fuck
Tax
yeah.
and everything.
$50 shipped. So that's what's cool about Kino. They always keep their stuff on Target sales. Whereas Shout Factory and Scream Factory, they're starting to get off of those Target sales, which really kind of sucks because that's where a lot of my collector's editions, like I would bundle them 3 at a time and get them for cheaper. But this recent sale, they only had like 2 or 3 titles on there. So it looks like Shout Factory's starting to get wise and be like, no, you're not getting our titles discounted. No way. So unfortunately, that's what Scream Factory and Shout Factory is going with their prices. But Kino, man, if you can get on a Target sale and pick some of these up, then it's just cool to get them for a fraction of the price. And they have great transfers too. Kino does a fantastic job. I'm loving what they put out. I know it's a lot of basic stuff, but like this is what I live for. Like I love catalog titles. So
it's a step up. They may not, they are boutique, but it's more or less a step up from a studio release. It's definitely a step up from the studio release, but a little bit lower than the studio release's price when they first come out.
Yep.
I mean, there's not a lot to complain about, in my opinion, with Kino, if anything.
Yeah.
And just for you to say that you got 3 4Ks, sorry to interrupt you. You got 3 4Ks for $50, dude, from a boutique label. That's like, what the fuck? Where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
Because now we're all just used to. We're like, oh, it's going to be $35 for one.
Maybe if you're lucky, you
three
get
Vinegar Syndrome titles, just put in $100 every day of the week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so take advantage of those Target sales if you can. Just they're not always going to have everything you want, but sometimes you might have a couple gems in there that you're like, oh, I need that. And when you order 3, it drops the discount as soon as you hit checkout. So, but when they have pre-orders on there, that's even better. Like if it's something like that. What's really cool is they had those Jason 4Ks, like the Jason Goes to Hell and the Jason X Arrows. They had those on the Target sales, like so. If I just would have waited maybe a month, I could have got those 4K. And they still came with slips for people that ordered them.
Mm-hmm.
Could have got them for like a fraction of the price. Sometimes you just got to be patient.
Yep.
I wonder if they'll do that for the Texas
coming out. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre ones will be around, but they're a lot more. That's kind of a double-edged sword there because the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the beginning 4Ks are long-awaited 4Ks. And this is the first time in 4K. So if you want the limited edition, that might not be worth the risk. But something like Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, known IPs that have recent releases, not that popular of movies in the series, but I happen to love both those movies, so I pre-ordered them also, but I was the last one to get them in, of course. But do not buy that Jason X 4K if you haven't bought it.
Oh, yeah, the Scream Factory disc actually looks a lot cleaner than the 4K.
It's 100% better, dude. It's not even close. The colors are better. It's brighter. It's everything. It's the Jason X 4K is muddy. It's scuzzy. It's just they didn't even fucking try because they had that built-in excuse. It's Jason X. It couldn't look good anyway, no matter what. Blah blah blah. So they just whatever. They scanned it. They ran it. Fucking fine. Get it out there. It doesn't matter. They did it cheap, and then fuck them for doing that.
And I don't know if you guys saw like the Freddy box set pre-order coming out. Like they got that Steelbook box set coming out. Notice how Freddy versus Jason or the remake are not a part of it.
Not a part of it.
Which tells me that
Arrow Jason's pretty much guaranteed coming from Arrow. Yeah. Pretty much. But the remake is supposed to be, they say that's rumored too, the remake of Nightmare from Arrow. It would make sense they're in that same new line, probably a bundle, like a kind of thing where it's like, hey, let's just say we want Jason Goes to Hell or whatever. And they're like, well, I'm going to give you Jason X too. And what else you got in there? We got the new line, the Platinum Dunes line. You know, you can have it. You can have the whole Platinum Dunes line for X dollars. That makes more sense to buy the lease the rights to a package of all the Platinum Dunes. So I'd say anything Platinum Dunes that doesn't have a 4K is probably getting a 4K from Arrow, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But who knows? At the end of the day, we'll see. Ask AI. My next one, I don't know, what year is this? 20? It's got to be like, 2013. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
That's a rewatchable fucking badass movie.
Something about it, summer. You know what I mean? They're outside. They're on boats. There's a lot of yachting, and he's on the yacht throwing those $100 bills at the detective. You know, shit like, you know. There's just, I could talk about this movie for 3 hours, and the movie's probably 3 hours. I don't even care. It's just that fun. It should be 6 hours. It's so much fun, and the story is so ridiculous and insane, supposedly all true as well, which is even crazier. Basically, this is the story of Jordan Belfort. He rose the ranks in Wall Street, started his own firm, and they were involved in a lot of unscrupulous activities. They danced around fraud in some areas, but some of it was outright fraud, let's just say. But it wasn't. It's more about the insane hijinks and shenanigans they were involved in. The more money they made, the crazier they were. And really what I'm in it for, beyond all the obvious stuff, is the banter among the guys. When they're alone together, it is some of the funniest shit you will ever see in your life. Just the way they talk to each other, the way they think. They're all fucking looted and coked out of their fucking minds. And they're just like, they have this incentive event that they want to throw. And they have these little parties all the time, but they're like, we want to do something really special to get people fired up about this. Can we get midgets? You get midgets. What do they do? What can we do? Well, no, his brother, you know, we get this guy, he's the human, what do they call him? The human dart or something like that. And they're going to throw him against this big board. And, you know, you get 100.
Don't look at them now. You got to look at their chin.
Yeah, and
what you got to remember is these things gossip.
These things talk. These things talk. We don't want to get a bad reputation here. And they're like, you know, he's like, well, can we like bowl him or something? No, his brother's the fucking bowler. Okay, this is not the bowler. And they're like, they do all this crazy shit, and it's like, maybe if we get him like riled up and get him ornery and like get him naked, maybe we can get him to like fuck one of the girls or something. And they're like, come on, man, that's disgusting. No way. And then the fucking lawyer, the Jewy type friend of theirs is just like pulling the contract. He's like, actually, it says right here, you can have him fuck somebody. He will pull his cock out. It's just like the stuff that they're talking. And again, they just continue on that, and the scene just takes forever, but it's gold. And then they finally go like, listen, what if one of these things, you know, they're a little ornery and crazy. What if they get a little out of control? Safety first. What are we going to do here? Well, what we'll do is we'll get a dart gun and we'll tranquilize the fucking thing. I want tasers. I want pepper spray. What about a pellet gun? No, I don't want to hurt it. You know, like,
my kid told me the other day that says, Dad, Rob Reiner in that movie is you.
Rob Reiner is.
He's watching TV and his phone rings. Who the hell on a Tuesday night?
Hello, Gene.
I like how he's not even watching the show. He's just doing a crossword puzzle. He's still pissed off.
It's like he's perfectly, and he comes back and he's like yelling at his wife. Who's he? What happened?
Like the main guy.
The main guy. What guy? But yeah, it's great. John Bernthal is one of my favorite characters in it. The lube dealer.
What?
Mom, we got chicken or what? Your sister asked about me.
Your sister's panties.
Yeah, I talked to my sister about you. She said she's creeped out by you and to stop asking about her.
Oh my God, we should do that in the smooth cover. Do me a favor. Put your movies on the shelf. I don't know, slip. Exactly. Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. Yeah. But the John Bernthal character, ironically named Brad, never gets involved with them. He never becomes a broker. He was like apparently the lewd king of Bayside. So he was so successful doing drug deals that he didn't want to get involved with Wall Street. So he was their drug dealer, and the whole time, like he keeps coming back, and I don't know, just. Well,
no, he was their launderer. He did.
Yeah, he was what they call a rat hole, but he did a lot of things with them, but they were still I don't know, him and the relationship he has with Jonah Hill's character is hilarious. So they fucking hate each other. That's hilarious. The way they keep fucking with each other. And Jonah Hill has this insane tough guy bravado when he's soft as a fucking baby's hug. He keeps getting his ass kicked over and over again. That's hilarious.
When the dude's jerking off to goddamn Marky Robbie, goddamn dude,
he's
that's funny shit I've ever seen on TV.
Drugged out. Yeah, I don't know, just the craziest stuff. He brings him like they try crack the first time. They try crack together. He's like, come outside with me. I got a present for you. He's like, you got a present for me? It's outside. He's like, yeah, it's outside. He goes, this doesn't make any sense. He goes, I don't know. I know, but let's go anyway. Just do fucking crack in a phone booth together. I don't know. It's crazy. It's exactly what you think it is. It's debauchery. It is Martin Scorsese's pervert movie. It's gold. It's comedy gold. It's hilarious. And like I said, you're in it for, at least I was. I love the banter between the guys. He's explaining his whole sales pitch, whole methodology to these guys. And he's like, you'll be the Captain Ahab to their Moby Dick. And one guy goes, Moby what? And he goes, from the book, motherfucker. And one of the guys just turns to him and goes, turn your fucking brain on. Jesus, Robbie. I don't know, man. It's all
Bertha was just bitching about the fucking waitress and the ketchup in the fucking restaurant.
And then Otter comes out of nowhere, and that's the thing. All nuns are lesbians.
All nuns are lesbians. I like the Chinese guy, Chester Ming. Chester Ming is like the dumbest guy they have, even dumber than the Otter. And they have like this, there's a situation where this butler robs their house and they bring the guys over, all this backup for Jordan to try and interrogate this gay guy butler. And they just Chester just has had enough of this whole thing and just starts beating the shit out of the butler. Blood's going everywhere. And Donnie's throwing up and they fucking throw him over the balcony. They're going to try and drop him. They're trying to do some Pulp Fiction shit to him. And I don't know. It's just it's hilarious. Chester Ming at the end when they're getting all interrogated, and they keep asking questions over and over to different guys, and they're like, "I have no recollection of that. I don't recall that." Chester Ming just starts eating his Danish. Every time it comes back to Chester Ming, he's got more and more of that Danish in his mouth, and he's just like, "You got any milk to go with?" It's just his cheeks are fucking completely full of this Danish. I don't know. It's hilarious. It's outrageous. It's fun.
He did put a lot of weight on for that movie too.
What, the
Chester Ming's character?
Chester Ming's character, the Asian guy, and they're all good. The Rugrat and the Sea Otter, all the guys are great. And yeah, it's.
I love the scene where the dad is in there with all the guys, and they're going over the credit card expenses portfolio.
That's a lot.
And he was like, you spent $30,000. And he's just going over and over. And
$46,000 worth of socks.
So
they're trying to laugh at the best part. And then
he makes Jordan makes all the fellas like step out the room, and he was like, "Dad, you gotta understand what these broads are doing now." He's like, they're shaving off all the bush, and he's like,
his dad's like, his own father's like, I was born too early. I don't know, but Rob Reiner's really great in it too. Rob Reiner's and it's everybody. They're all good at it. Scorsese gets everything out of everybody's trying their hardest for Marty. It's always been like that, and it never changes. Even his lawyer, Jordan Belfort's lawyer, is this like Italian, like a guy that plays a mobster in a bunch of other movies, and he's just the way he talks to Jordan, who's his boss, is hilarious. He talks to him like he's retarded. He's like, "Listen, don't you talk to Denham? You never talk to him, the detective. He's smart. You're dumb. Okay, you just stay away from him." And he immediately goes out and tries to bribe him.
With lobsters.
With lobsters and whores. But yeah, it's a winner, dude.
That might be the last movie that I actually fully enjoyed for Martin Scorsese. I mean, I like the Irishman's okay. It's just too fucking long. But yeah, I think the last one I've had like the most fun with was Wolf of Wall Street from Scorsese.
Yeah. Great theater experience. Like I said, very long. But it's an epic rise and fall. And
yeah, me and two of my sons went and seen that on a Thursday night midnight premiere, and that was a hard day to go to work the next day after a fucking 3-hour movie started at 11:00.
Yeah, worth it. Absolutely.
Kind of I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed you just said that about the Irishman, but we'll move on past this.
The Irishman, I know people have, they got gripes with it, and they have their reasons. I totally understand that. It's not a perfect movie. No movie is. But it is a Scorsese movie. It feels like Scorsese. And like I feel like when I'm watching it, I'm having a good time because they're having a good time. It's a victory lap for everybody. And I still think it's Al Pacino's best work. He's most suited to play Jimmy Hoffa. His outbursts, his yelling, all that stuff. And you have a very strange but great performance from Pesci, who doesn't blow up. He's very quiet and very, I like I said, the old guys trying to do young guy stuff is rough. Robert De Niro trying to fight and stuff.
Oh my God, that's where he beats the store owner up. Why did they keep that scene in there? There's
a lot of scenes that should have been cut out.
Well, he's an old man just trying to beat up the guy. It's so horrible.
But there's also so many great scenes with it. Some of the assassination scenes, the stuff where Jimmy Hoffa is upset because they fucking lowered the flag for Kennedy to do. He goes right on the roof, demands the flag be raised, and he's just like very happy with himself that the flag goes up. I don't know. I enjoy a lot of it.
He goes, Frank, where you going? You can't fucking talk to me like that. I'm fucking leaving. I'm out of here. No, I wasn't talking to you, Frank.
He's the biggest guy in the room, and of course he's standing right there in front of everybody, and he's like, I wasn't even talking to you. I didn't even know you were there. But yeah, I'd agree with the detractors, but I also agree with the people who really like it because there is a lot of really fun stuff with it.
It just took me like 3 times to get through the movie. Like I just
very long. I think even the Scorsese family thinks it's too long. But it's Marty. He's in minutes from death. Let him do it. Let him have his cut the way he wants.
God damn, man.
And it's for streaming. It's a streaming movie anyway. So the longer the better. That's the way they look at it. Let him have his movie if it was his last good. He's made movies since. I saw that movie about the Indians on the plane. Not in my opinion, not good. Okay, it was fine. It's still Marty. It's still going to be a certain quality, but maybe the last good movie he did was The Irishman. But anyway, let's keep going here. Number 4.
Wake up, Pops.
I'm still here. All right. My number 4 is C for Me. It's kind of like the
skeleton key looks
Hush.
like.
Well, Hush is the deaf people. This is the blind people.
Oh, it's for blind people. Okay, I get it.
Oh, shit, okay. So basically, you got the lead actress who's blind in real life, so she pulls off the part pretty well. And the big star in this, whatever, is Kim Coates. And Kim Coates don't pop in about the last probably 20 minutes of the movie, 30 minutes of the movie. He's not the big bad guy. The premise of the movie is this girl she's blind. She's going to house sit for this real rich lady who's going out of town. And her mom tells her about this service. Her mom was like real overbearing, like a helicopter mom, whatever, worried about her going to do all this by herself. Her girl wants to be independent. She used to be like a big Olympic skier, and she had some accident skiing and she went blind. That's her character. So her mom's real worried about her. She's trying to get away from her mom to be independent. And her mom says, look here, there's this new service called See For Me, that if you're getting in trouble, whatever, you could call them on your phone. And they video chat with you, and you can hold your phone out, and they can tell you go left, go right. There's the door, or whatever. If you get lost or whatever. So she's in this house, whatever, and these guys break in the house, and so she ends up calling this See For Me service. And you got the lady on the phone, and she's walking around just showing her phone around. And the ladies kind of tell her go left, go down here. You need to duck down, whatever. Well, the lady that's on the phone, that's her See For Me person. She's an ex-Vietnam, not a Vietnam vet. She's an ex-war veteran. She's a badass war veteran. So she's got military tactical skills and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of a neat little twist. So she's basically keeping this girl alive by telling her, when to go. There's 2 guys in the room. The guy's coming. Well, there's a lot of good tension in the movie. The bad part of the movie is the lead actress is so fucking unlikable. She's a worthless piece of shit. Damn. You don't care nothing about her. You want her to get caught. You root for the bad guys because she's a total worthless waste of space. Is what she is. If they had got somebody that you cared about, a good actress, I know this girl's blind. And I know she whatever. This is probably the only thing she's ever going to do. Bless her heart. But
I knew that was coming. I knew the phrase was coming.
Nobody gives a fuck about her. She's a total worthless. First off, she's trying to rob the lady in the first place. She went down to the wine cellar and found this. She calls her buddy on the phone, and she's holding up bottles of wine. He said, "Okay, yeah, that's a $5,000 bottle of wine, whatever." She threw that shit in her duffel bag. She goes in and pet sit house sits these rich people. She steals from them, and that's how she makes her money. So she's a piece of shit anyway. So like I said, you don't really give a shit about her, but the premise of the lady on the phone walking her through shit, her being blind. If you liked Hush, you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of this for that same purpose, pretty much. It's a really cool premise. The only thing lacking is that if the girl was likable, this would have been a really, really much stronger movie. But the fact I just didn't give a shit about her, it kind of brought it down, whatever. But this, I actually lied. There's 2 of these I'm keeping. This is one I am going to keep because there's a lot of good tension elements in this. Kim Coates is great in it. I'm a big fan of his. So like I said, if you hadn't seen it, if you did like Hush, you'll probably like this one. So I'm going to recommend it. I think most people probably get it, at least a one-time watch. You'd probably really enjoy it.
What's that Audrey Hepburn movie where she's blind? Johnny, you know what I'm talking about? The Audrey Hepburn movie where she's blind, and there's a killer in her house. Way back in the day, somebody in the chat's got to know this. It's an way old movie. Audrey Hepburn's young, and
let me get this out of the way. Sorry, this is my way. Let me move that. So,
Damn, hold on a sec. Let me see that. Let me see that again, man.
Oh, of course. Johnny, you might be too intelligent for this though.
Damn, dude. Can you break that down for me, man? What we got?
Right,
of course, Kill Bill 1 and 2.
There's 1 and 2.
But was there actually scenes that was left out of Kill Bill that's actually been reinserted for?
No, those are the Lionsgate limited.
Yeah, I just got the Lionsgate limited steelbooks in there.
Same thing you got.
Okay. Yeah, same thing you got. I just got the case to put them in.
So they just bundled 1 and 2 together and called it the Bloody.
Yeah, that's
Bloody Affair, right?
This box set, he just basically made a box set of the 2 movies and called it the whole Bloody Affair.
God damn, dude, that box is fucking slick. Hold it up one more time after you slide them puppies in there. Fuck, man, that's simplistic, but it looks so fucking good. Yellow and black together. A Torii Hanzo sword, front and back. Fucking A.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why you want that.
Well, I just came
I got so much I want to fucking say. Let's move on.
What are you, retarded? Let's move on.
Hey,
my face is hot right now. My fucking face is hot. I have so much I want to say, but let's just move on.
You sound like the guy from The Departed. That's not that. What are you, retarded?
What are you, retarded?
You know, was that
you can get it at theblockbusterboxsets.com, by the way, if you want to pick one up.
Listen,
that shit's fucking slick. That looks good, man.
We're not the like and subscribe people, but these 3 channels have got to grow. Share the stuff, like it, get it around. We got to get better channels out. We got to get better content out for PM people, physical media people, because some channels shouldn't be around anymore.
Guys, hold on. I got to say one thing, and I'm going to shut up. I'm going to say one thing. I am 54 years old. Okay? I have been buying movies since y'all motherfuckers were scratching your daddy's britches. And this is my glory days. This is my fucking wonder years. And you said I'm minutes away from death. I want the best and the brightest of these fucking releases. I finally got to that point in my life. That's what I want. I built this room not to get a bunch of goddamn Walmart dump bins and stick them on the shelf. I want to display my shit. I've watched that movie 1 million times from fucking DVD on up. And now the fact that I got this room and that is available for me to display the shit movies that I love, you goddamn right. I will beat the fucking drum on that shit. Let's move on. I got so much more to say.
Well said.
But
well said.
Like I said, I'm 54 years old. I've been collecting my whole fucking life, and I'm at the point now where I'm going to get the shit that I want the way that I want it, the best that I can get it. So if that's a problem, you let me know. I'm on Instagram. I'm easy to find. You ain't gonna miss me.
If you got a problem with anything that makes somebody else happy, you are the piece of shit, not them.
And a motherfucker that worries about what somebody else is doing to spend their fucking money, if they're paying my house payment, they're paying my car payment, that's fine. If you ain't paying on my fucking bills, stay out of my wallet.
So, like I said, share the channels around. Alan's channel, Pops Movie Dungeon.
I apologize, man. I won't say nothing about it.
Johnny's Boutique Podcast. Share all 3 of them around. Tommy's, all these channels. Bring up the good channels. Unsubscribe from the bad channels. Leave them in their misery over there.
One thing you won't ever hear me do on my channel or any of these guys' channels, whatever, is I won't never call you a dumbass for something that you buy. I may say the reason why I don't like it, but I'm not going to call you a dumbass for something you spent your money on.
Something that you like that brings you joy and excitement. I'll piss all
I
over.
know I
it
buy
for you,
shit that other
apparently.
people think I'm retarded for. And that's fine. But that's fine. Unless you're buying it, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's all I got. Same back to you. Same respect. Yeah. Brad, I tried not to say that. My face was getting hotter and hotter the more I drink over here.
That doesn't bother me at all.
So, but I'm done now. I'm done bitching. I'm off my soapbox. Unless you want to talk about it some more, 'cause I got more to say.
Moving on to Johnny's number 4.
All right, here we go. Man, it's like the perfect time to pull this fucking movie. If you got a buddy or something who's never fucking seen this movie and they're having a really bad day, fucking perfect movie for them right here.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that's one of my favorite movies of all time, dude.
that's Alan's origin story.
Got to
That's
pick
my
that up
favorite
during prom day. I can't exactly remember what they knocked it down to. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a fucking 4K. Maybe that day will happen. If it does, that's a bald ass the first day for all of us here. Pretty much, I could safely say that.
That's got Keto all over it.
Fucking. Not only do you get the performance right here from Michael Douglas, but honestly, I'm telling you, I love Robert Duvall just as much as I love Michael Douglas in this fucking movie. Fucking retired cop just on his last day, and everybody's seen this fucking movie, you haven't. I ain't gonna just go through scene by scene, but like I said, I'm sure anybody fucking who got stuck in traffic for a long time had a bunch of fucking problems go wrong all in one day. I'm sure you can relate to this movie of some magnitude. But yeah, I had this on DVD for the longest time, and I went to go try to watch it. Couldn't find it on a streaming service. Didn't want to get in the attic to dig the DVD out. Just so happened to be prom day. I think it was like $7-8. Honestly, it could have been $28, and I still think it'd still be completely worth it because it's that damn good of a movie. The Blu-ray looks fine. I'm sure they can definitely make some improvements with it with 4K. But if that day does never come, at least we did get it on Blu-ray. This could be one of those things where it's, fucking stuck on DVD or VHS for all we know. But damn good flick, though. Definitely check it out. I'd definitely say this is one of those 10 out of 10 movies in my book.
What would you say is his favorite blow up? What your favorite blow up is, Johnny?
Definitely the favorite blow up of this, man. It's not really even a blow up, man, but just the way they open up the movie, man, is they're in California, of course, and I'm assuming that's the 405. They're on the most notorious highway that's fucking always congested with traffic, where everybody sits in it for like 6 or 7 hours, or was. But I love the fact that they're just bumper to bumper traffic, and there's construction work ahead, and like cops are like fucking literally got everything gridlocked down where nobody can move. He just fucking literally has like a moment where he's just fucking about to have a fucking mental breakdown in his car. He's sweating. Fucking the kid next door in the car is like screaming and hollering and crying and shit and all this. And he just grabs his fucking briefcase, gets out of the car, closes the door, and walks off. And the guy behind him was like, "Hey man, where are you going?" "I'm going home." He just walks off. I fucking love that shit, man. No. But I mean, there's so many better scenes where he blows up and shit, especially stepping on the turf of the Mexican gang and shit and all that.
You forgot the briefcase.
The only thing he's got is a fucking apple and like a sandwich of saran wrap, which is great. Yeah, but that fucking movie right there, I'm telling you, that's one of those movies that's 10 out of 10 for me. I couldn't just sit here and pick apart, like, well, I didn't like this about it, blah, blah, blah. That movie's so fucking good where if you do find a problem that's in that movie, it's just like, dude, who gives a fuck? Like, this movie is a banger.
It's another
convenience store scene.
The stress
where he's asking if there's any visa in China. Whatever. That's great, but the one that I can relate the most to is the fast food restaurant.
Oh,
that's the one where I kind of have to like wipe tears away every time I see it. It makes me so happy.
It's got a hair trigger.
I don't want breakfast. You ever heard the expression, "the customer's always right"? Well, yeah, that's not our policy, and I'm real sorry about that.
Look at this miserable squash thing.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great movie. And everybody, Michael Douglas is amazing in it. He really is. But the detective on his last day, God, what's the actor's name? He's great.
Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall. On his last day, he gets involved in this case and chases him down, and his wife being mentally ill.
That's such a weird part of the movie. Is him and his wife's relation, the phone calls with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's retiring for her. for her sake. He doesn't want to retire. He's retiring for her sake. And then he finally, at the end, blows up and just starts yelling at her and lets her fucking have it. And that's great. His last day on the job, what he has to go through. And it's like an anxiety movie before anxiety movies were a thing. You know, there's just so much shit going on, and it's everywhere he turns. He can't even take a break without having a conflict with somebody.
And Michael Douglas's final line, he kind of like, so I'm the bad guy?
Yeah.
You know, it is home. You're right, man. It's a 10 out of 10, man. It's a solid flick.
If you like that, Robert De Niro and The Fan, kind of a similar type of movie. If you ever seen The Fan with Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah. Him and Wesley Snipes.
Tony Scott, I believe, directed it.
For the sake of the writing too, man, that awkward relationship between Duvall and his wife, which is, I mean, it is. It's like, wait a minute, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, out of all people, like Duvall is taking some shit off abroad like that. They are grieving the loss of a child. So, yeah. I mean, even though it happened a while back and all that, but yeah, fuck, man. Even with that said, man, like I said, I'm sure if you sit there and analyze every scene of it, you will find a problem or two. Maybe a handful of them, but the movie's so fucking good where you can easily overlook the problems and just be like, damn, like we're watching that shit again soon.
And the fucking Nazi guy that owns the fucking Army Navy store or whatever, we're the same, you and me.
We're the same.
Yeah, can't quote a lot of shit he says, but his lines are gold too.
Yeah, it's people forget. There's so many things there. Like he comes upon this construction project. And he's just like, what's wrong with the street? And the guy's like, yeah, man, don't worry about it. Move on. And he keeps asking him, what's wrong with the street? And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's none of your business. Don't worry about it. We're fixing the street. We'll get it all fixed for you. And then he finally gets him to admit nothing. There's nothing wrong with the street. And he goes, I'll give you something to fix. Blows shit up.
And the kid's got to tell him how to shoot it.
Yeah, the little black kid's got to teach him how to shoot the rocket launcher. It's a great movie. Long overdue for 4K.
Amen.
All right, we'll try to get through the chat fast and get on to. We got 3 more movies here. All right, I'm trying to catch up here. Scrolling. All right. I see Skolder's in here somewhere. Wilkie's in here somewhere. What's going on, Wilkie? Corey. I'm trying to skip some of these hays, guys. Sydney recommends a documentary called Epstein Didn't Kill Himself. That sounds interesting. 2024.
Now they're trying to say there was actually no Epstein list that never existed. But,
yeah, I don't know what. It's all going to come out, whatever it is. Who knows what it's going to take. It's a big mess, whatever's going on with that. Sorry if I skipped anybody here. Sydney, my number 4, Custody. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. But 4 out of 5 that's strong, man.
Especially for Sydney.
Yeah. Sydney Wayne's World, 3 out of 5. Absolutely. Rob, what's going on, Rob?
Is that Rob?
Both just came in. Yeah, pre-orders, man. It's, try to stay away from them if you can, because you're going to get a better price, hopefully. Appreciate it, Rob. Everybody saying hey. Sydney, Wolf of Wall Street, 3 yeah. Solid. Find me somebody that doesn't like that movie. 8 out of 10. I get it. Margot Robbie. Quaaludes. More ludes. They're getting ready. They take the ship to Monaco. The Naomi. They take it to Monaco, and they're about to crash. And he pulls Jonah Hill aside, and he's like, "Listen, I'm not gonna die sober. Bring the ludes." They're taking pills. Just I don't know. It's all.
What you know about Chop? I'll chop your fucking credit card in there.
Jonah Hill's great in it. I mean,
yeah, man.
I think he did the movie for free. I'm not exactly sure on the details on it. I know he took either a big cut or even did it for free just to be in it. But he's great in it. Really worked out perfect.
the old expired bottle of lemons that he finds, and he walks to him
Yeah.
like he found like $1 billion fucking
He's so
check or
excited.
something. He's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. He's like, it had a delayed fuse.
I went right past the drool phase to the crawl phase or whatever. Where he tries to get into that car and
Dude,
He's
DiCaprio playing out that whole scene, acting that shit, like going down the steps and crawling in the car. Man, he played that shit so good, man. Like, I can only imagine, like, all the crew on set that was rolling lights, camera, the whole 9 yards, man, just watching him do that shit. I'm sure everybody was in fucking stitches. Because, you know, like, of course, he was like, knowing him being a good actor that he is, man, he probably did it like 1 or 2 times and was like, nah, man, like, I could do that so much fucking better. I could fall at a different angle. Blah, 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 man. So, yeah, kudos to him for fucking rolling that out. Look at Django. Really cut his fucking hand on the glass when he slammed it down and shit. And he was like, just kept going.
made it home. The car made it home without a scratch.
Yeah.
Find out exactly how I did get home. It's hilarious, man. But when he gets home and Donnie's choking on that fucking ham, and he's so fucked up on lewds, he can't help him. So he gets a bunch of cocaine and takes the cocaine, and it's like Popeye eating his spinach and saves Jonah Hill. It's fucking retarded. The whole movie's retarded.
Get off the
phone!
Get off the
Steve,
Yeah.
what?
Imagine.
women's shoes. All right. Everybody's saying what's up. So a lot of stuff going around. Trying to get through the chat pretty quick so we can get on to the next one. Yep. Bless her heart. Yep. Wait until dark. Yep. All right. Let's keep going. Hagen. Appreciate it. Last 5. Climax 2018. That's a fucking bizarre movie. Clovich Killer. That's a winner for sure.
Yeah.
Superman 2025. I'm hearing mixed things about it. More good than bad, I should say. I haven't seen it yet. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a great movie. Great ending. And The Eyes of Laura Mars. I've never seen that. I hear good things about it too. You guys a fan of Don't Look Now?
I still haven't watched it, man. I bought a 4K of that shit. Probably was that expensive ass Studio Canal. Bought that shit, man, and I still haven't watched it, man. I'll get around to it.
It's a real good movie. Solid mystery, type.
Isn't it one of the Sutherlands that's in that movie? If I'm
Donald
thinking right.
Sutherland. Yeah.
Donald Sutherland. There you go.
Yeah. Falling Down's a winner, man.
Okay.
Sydney falling down 3.5 out of 5. Johnny, give me your briefcase.
You forgot the briefcase.
You got the briefcase. 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's a blast, man. Trying to get through here. Let's see. Sydney, fun fact: Iron Maiden has a song called "Man on the Edge," and it's about the movie Falling Down.
Oh,
I didn't know that. That sounds like something Alan would know. All right, we're caught up in the chat. We're going to go on to our next one here. Number 3.
All right, so recently just popped this one in, and I had this on VHS. I used to watch it on repeat as a kid. And when Arrow put the 4K out, I had to pick it up immediately, and that is Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, yeah.
One of those
Good release.
90s shark movies that came out in this time of like almost like that postmodern Scream era with like there's animal attack movies like Anaconda, Lake Placid. Then you have this kind of fits right in that category. But they use like a mix of like practical sharks and CGI sharks. An awesome cast with like Samuel L. Jackson, Thomas Jane, LL Cool J coming right off of Halloween H2O, coming to another.
Thomas Jane was a big commodity back then.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, just a great group of characters. I mean, they had such great chemistry as a cast, really good gore and shark attack scenes. Absolutely love this movie. Just a lot of fun. And it still holds up on the rewatch. It really does. Yeah. I didn't think it went down at all. I mean, I love this movie as a whole. Rennie Harlan directed this. Rennie Harlan directed Die Hard 2 and
Cliffhanger.
I think Elm Street 4. I think he did. But he's got a good filmography as a director. But for him to do Deep Blue Sea, I mean, he did a great job with this. 1999, and I love this movie, man. And I'm glad Arrow got it. It was one of those ones that I was hoping we get a 4K for, and for it to get the Arrow treatment and the big box set and everything.
A rare big box.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like the Arrow is doing these instead of like their side boxes, like they're kind of doing like a slip over the side box now.
Yeah, top loader. Yeah.
Yep. So you just get giant slip covers with your box sets. So
That's the best release Deep Blue Sea will ever get.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's definitive.
Yep. And what's really cool is that so Cliff from Scream Factory, he now does acquisitions for Arrow. So he's already got a working relationship with Warner Brothers, who put out Deep Blue Sea. So he's really getting a lot of his previous titles he did at Scream Factory. He's doing it at Arrow now, like Cobra being one of them, and Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell. So it's pretty cool that like he goes from one company to the other, and he's just kind of re-releasing a lot of his previous stuff in 4K now, which is pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, Deep Blue Sea. I mean, it flows really well. Like I said, good gore, just an entertaining movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Solid.
yeah, that's my number 3, Deep Blue Sea. And yeah,
One of the better shark movies.
That release looks great, man. Fucking Arrow kills it with those things, man. God almighty.
Especially for an unheralded movie like that. It's got a lot of fans, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a premium movie, and it gets a really quality release. That's a fun thing to have. So, I watched Scorsese's Wolf of Wall Street, and right after that, I was in the Scorsese mood. The juices were flowing, so I popped in Casino.
yes,
I could watch this anytime.
we need Arrow to do a 4K box out of that.
Absolutely. I bring it on. This is, to me, one of the most quotable Scorsese movies ever. It is absolutely a textbook case of it. Could not be made today, not just for the language, for the violence, for the gore, for the lack of consideration for life in general that this movie is. It is not PC. It is awesome. It's just so much fun. And to think that this is the sister movie of Showgirls still makes me sick. They were shooting this movie at the exact same time, in the exact same places as Showgirls. It's just amazing. And they thought Showgirls was going to be a mega hit. And this was just like, some other, it's another bullshit. It's more of the same mob, like it. And they're all older now. How's that going to work? Like I've said this before, Goodfellas used to be, to me, the best Scorsese was ever going to get. That, keeps creeping down, and this keeps creeping up. As far as rewatchability, the story's more broad, and there's just so much wild shit in you. Even Kevin Pollak in it is good. I mean, anybody you can name that's in this movie is great in it. And Pesci, all Pesci's lines. Robert De Niro is accurately cast as the pussy he really is in real life. Like he's playing more to his strengths as a human. The wormy kind of guy that he is. And Pesci pushing him around. You believe it. Pesci's this tiny little guy, but De Niro's character is so like effeminate and weak in it. Like you believe it that he would be pushed around by this guy. And Pesci is playing this character who's basically like the devil. He doesn't care who dies, who doesn't die. It's just about diamonds and whores. It's a gigantic 7-foot tall, big titty whores that he's obsessed with. I don't know.
Slide over, honey.
Slide over, honey. That you got that pink veal out here. You could pound that shit with a hammer for 2 fucking days. And he just like, I don't know, just springs her out to the parking lot in front of everybody. He doesn't even care. And and Joe Pesci is very, very short, but every girl, the showgirl he's with is like I said, 7 feet tall, and they have these gigantic pneumatic tits. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. It's art. And even the end when everybody's dying and they finally track down, I think it was Stoney. I can't remember the name, which guy they track down, and they get him on his knees. They find him in like Puerto Rico or something. They get him on his knees and they call him
John Nance.
John Nance, jag off.
Where are you going, jag
Where
off?
you going, jag off? And no, it's a blast, man. It's an epic rise and fall story based on what was it? I can't remember the name of the actual Stardust, right? The Tangiers is based on the Stardust. Fictionalized account to an extent. There was an Ace Rothstein. Obviously, there was a Nicky Santoro, but it really wasn't Nicky Santoro. Not the names were changed, but based on a real story. There was even a Ginger and all this stuff. But I don't know, man. It's great. And look who's prominently Pictured in the back, the scummiest fucking dude ever. With the I'm blanking on his
Lester
name.
Diamond.
Lester Diamond, the pimp, the pimp for Ginger, her old pimp that she's for some reason obsessed with and can't. He just keeps coming back and trying to extort her, and they just beat the shit out of him. I don't know, man. He's such a slime ball. Everybody's great in it. Like I said, everybody tries so hard for Scorsese, and there's a reason for it, man. It's just a ball. Everything about it, and then of course, like I said, his movies are a rise and fall, and then the final act, the cornfield, all that shit. Is some of the most disturbing shit you'll ever see. That cornfield scene is insane. It's insanely dark. But a little bit of a play on Goodfellas. Billy Batts gets it from Pesci. He gets his revenge in Casino with bats. Beating him to death with baseball bats, him and his brother like that, throwing him alive in that fucking hole, and then when they're putting the dirt over him and you can see him breathing.
You and your fucking brother.
You and your fucking brother. God, couldn't. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's there's a million quotes. It's like I don't see
that, dude. In the hole, that's really an animatronic Joe Pesci.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when he's like laying in the hole.
I didn't know that.
Oh shit!
I did not know that.
But, animatronic. Look at it again.
Yeah.
Says, you believe this shit, Frankie? They flew around so fucking long they ran out of gas.
It's the plane.
Yeah, the plane. The speech where he goes to the golf club and he's back there, and even beyond the tough guy stuff with the banker, which is all great. When I get out of when you're getting out of the hospital, I'll be getting out of jail, and hopefully you'll have my money, or I'll split your fucking head again. All that stuff. After he leaves, him and De Niro start going at it, and he's like, "You lost control." De Niro says to Pesci, "You lost control," and he goes, "I lost control. You're walking around. Look at you with a fucking cigarette holder and a pink robe, looking like John Barrymore, and I lost control." It's basically calling him a fag, and he's banging his wife behind his back during this time. He doesn't know this, but goddamn, Don Rickles in it for no reason at all. Don Rickles hadn't done much acting, if at all. Don Rickles is just shoehorned in the movie. He doesn't have one comedic line, but he's hilarious anyway. He gets his ass beat by Pesci with the phone. Pesci's beating his ass with the phone. He turns to the camera, and the look on his face, I lose it every time. He has this weird, stupid look on his face. It's just for an instant. But when Joe Pesci's beating him with the phone, he rolls over Don Rickles, and he has this look on his face. It is the
I know exactly what you're talking
fucking
about.
thing you've ever seen in your life. But yeah, There's great bonus features on there. There's a scene where Don Rickles has a scene with De Niro. Don Rickles remembers his lines. De Niro forgets his lines. And Don Rickles just starts giving it to De Niro. He's like, "For the money you're making, you're forgetting your fucking lines? Let's go." And he starts giving him his own lines. And De Niro is losing it because nobody talks to De Niro like that. So he talks to De Niro like he's retarded. And because he can't remember his lines. It's hilarious. It's hysterical. I don't know. There's a million scenes. His Pesci has these henchmen that work for him, and they're all huge compared to Pesci. This guy goes in, he's playing high stakes poker, and he's got his boots off, and he's got his feet on the table. And Robert De Niro goes over and tells him to put his shoes on, and whatever. He calls Robert De Niro a faggot and a cocksucker. So he gets ejected out of there, and then Robert De Niro calls Pesci. And they start talking about it, and he goes, "You took your shoes off. You go over there and fucking apologize." He starts beating the shit out of him. He's punching like this, like the guy is fucking huge compared to Pesci. Go over there and fucking apologize, and hope he lets you back. And I swear to God, I'll leave you in a fucking hole in the desert. I don't know, dude. All the lines I want to quote are not okay to quote. I know, but like everything, me and Craig quote this movie all the time. Like it just out of nowhere. That's half our texts. Our fucking quote.
That and the wrestler, dude.
The wrestler, yeah. But anyway, I've jammered on too long about it. But yeah, Casino.
Great pick.
I can't believe I'm going to show this piece of shit movie after you just showed that. But like I said, I was going through my 15 Midnights. When I got to this one, I'm like, fuck. Let me throw it in. I'll kind of skim through it. I'm probably just going to throw it in, take it out, put it up for sale. I ended up watching the movie, and like I told Brad, I said, it actually didn't really fucking suck that bad. And Brad's like, that's a hell of a review. But really, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I mean, the entire movie, it kept my interest. Alien Outpost, Mankind's Last Stand. and this is basically set about 2030, a little bit in the future. Aliens attack Earth. When a movie starts out, you're getting like a documentary style newscast. You get the headlines of everything that kind of happens, whatever. And all of a sudden, it kind of fast forwards like 10 years. The military is underfunded. They don't have any money. The aliens pretty much they fought the aliens off. There's a bunch of aliens that they left behind that are still like roaming the earth that we're having to like fight against. Obviously, better technology, that kind of shit. In a nutshell, you have something like Starship Troopers and like the Hurt Locker kind of mixed together.
Combined, yeah.
You have two media guys with a camera following around it's Outpost 37. The original title of the movie is called Outpost 37. And it's just a ragtag group of military guys in the middle of the fucking desert. They're pretty much left behind. They're just kind of defending these aliens, from like the main territories or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be watch, rinse, repeat. You're going to watch it one time, be done with it. I just about decided I was going to keep this. I am going to sell it. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm not probably ever going to watch it again. But that being said, the special effects for the budget they had and the acting that was in this movie with people that were nobodies, they did a hell of a fucking job. When somebody died, you fucking gave a shit about them. You had a good storyline, good backstory. They did a really good job of doing the found footage, newscast. They had like little side cuts where they'd interview the guys one-on-one, tell their backstories. So you got to know the guys, whatever, when they were actually doing the actual like live fighting scenes. The aliens, they were a little cheesy. They had a budget constraints, whatever. They were a little cheesy, but they wasn't bad. They wasn't like Power Rangers shitty. They had the special effects were somewhat okay for the budget they had. Now this guy, whatever, that directed the movie, I've never fucking heard of before. His name is Jabbar Rossanini or some shit like that. But he's fucking been special effects guys for fucking Lost in Space, Avatar, Game of Thrones, Iron Man, Stranger Things, The Flash, fucking Fright Night remake, Machete, Predators. He's done all kind of shit as a damn special effects guy. And this is like one of the only movies he's really ever directed. But like I said, I went into this thinking this was going to be just ass juice, and it turned out to be pretty good. So like I said, I had the bar set real fucking low. Maybe that's why. But I had a good time with it, man. And when it was over with, the way they ended it, I had to look it up. I said, damn, was there a sequel to this? Because they ended it really well, where you kind of wanted more. And for a movie like this, with this budget, alien fucking outpost, I was kind of surprised. So it's probably a one-time watch. If you see it on streaming somewhere, check it out, man. It's not that bad.
Like I said, ringing endorsement. But
it's not, but it is. Yeah. I mean, like I said, you see Alien Outpost, that's that's something you pass by on streaming. The fuck is that? I ain't gonna watch that.
Yeah.
I only got it because it was an IFC Midnight. It was cheap, and I was trying to get them all, and it just sat on my fucking shelf for like 2 years. But
it's always good when a blind buy works.
Yeah, it would work, but I'll get enough to keep it. If that means anything.
All right. Probably just one of those hella coincidences. I promise you I didn't rotate the stack in any way. I was definitely late to the ball game upgrading this to 4K. It's been out just as long as Casino on 4K. I think they rolled them out around the same time, I guess. But Amazon Prime Day, they marked it down really fucking cheap. And I was like, well, here we go. It's about time to do it. I'm not worried about the slip or the steel book or whatever. It would have been nice to get one of the steel books. During the last Prime Day, I got all kinds of shit, man, especially for like mafia movies. That was, of course, I got the gold edition of Scarface on 4K, got Casino, Heat, all kinds of shit. But for some reason, I guess I just accidentally skipped it. But I did finally get it this time. Goodfellas on 4K. I did watch it, of course, just to see if it would vary from the Blu-ray a whole lot. Unfortunately, kind of like American Gangster to me. I think this kind of looks the same as the Blu-ray, I guess.
Yeah,
I've seen the Blu-ray 100 times. And, I mean, there probably are major differences. For all I know, I'd have to watch them back-to-back, which I didn't do. But I can tell you this, though. The 4K looks really good. But then again, the Blu-ray looks really good to me, too. But I haven't had a chance to watch any of the special features or anything on it. Just pop to the Impress Play, and of course it's Goodfellas. It could be on fucking regular TV with commercials in it, and I'd probably still watch it as long as it's not edited. But yeah, Goodfellas. I mean, everybody's seen this fucking movie. I don't have to break it down. I'm sure, like you just said, I'm sitting here thinking about it. between the two, Goodfellas and Casino, man, Casino 100%, man, is just a lot more raw than this movie. I know this movie was before Casino, so I got it.
So I'm the guy where I think Casino is a better movie, but that's when I go back and watch more. That's my movie right there.
Rewatchable.
I would say for me it's the opposite. I think Goodfellas is the better movie, but my favorite of the two is Casino.
Really?
Because they're both great. I mean, it's smart.
Yeah.
But I rewatch. Who's
I
your
love Ray
favorite
Liotta in that,
character?
man. When he starts getting all fucking coked out and stressed out, looking at the helicopters and shit. I mean, goddamn, Ray Liotta killed it.
Who's your
He
favorite
was
character?
just to look
in,
at that fucking guy, man. That's such a great one shot take of him pulling up in the fucking car, going across the street, beating that guy's ass with a fucking pistol. It's such a good shot.
Ray Liotta just fucking lays into him, man. Points the pistol at his two buddies too. Just fucking like, come on.
Yeah.
Craig, who's your favorite character from Goodfellas? Tootie?
I love Tootie. I do love Tootie in that. It took me years to realize that Tootie was the one that whacked Tommy.
Yeah.
But like I didn't really
It's an old Tootie.
like, he changes his appearance over the years, but like when you see the still shot of Tommy getting that blood gushing coming out of his head, I'm like, oh fuck, that's Tootie putting the gun to the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit. But that's something I never really understood. It's like if he killed Billy Batts, why didn't Billy Batts' crew come and whack Tommy? Why did Tommy's own guys whack him?
If again, my perspective, The Sopranos, when his cousin kills Philly Leotardo's brother,
Buscemi.
instead of giving Buscemi over to them where he's going to be tortured and God knows what, he kills him himself, so it's more humane.
Yeah.
A bullet to the back of the head is a lot better than Billy Batts' crew torturing him and whatnot. So at least that was
Because they definitely would have thought of like castration or God knows whatever other torture. So of course the intermediate family would be like, fuck this, like let's at least do him a solid. Yeah, we got to fucking kill him, but at least they're not going to fucking torture him to the very last breath, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, definitely.
Makes you wonder why they didn't go after Jimmy either, because Jimmy pretty much Jimmy pretty much killed him because Pesci in the trunk stabs him like 3 times, and then Jimmy shoots him.
Yeah, but Jimmy's not made. Jimmy's not a mobster, or he's not any. That's their own. That they leave, the mob would leave him alone. Let the Billy Batts crew go after him if that's what it's going to be. But they knew they had this beef. The last time anybody ever saw Batts, he was arguing with Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
So they knew, and Joe Pesci's got a reputation. They knew that it was him. They didn't know who helped him or whatnot, but I'm sure they knew that that's who it was. But I'd say I like Carbone a lot. The Carbone character when they go to kill Stax, and it's just there's little things that Carbone does. They kill Stax. Pesci kills Stax, and he's got this
get that coffee to go.
Get that coffee to go, and he starts to walk out the door with the coffee pot. He's like, "You take the coffee.
Put the fucking pot down. What are you doing?"
Yeah. And then when they kill, Maury, Carbone's driving the car. Carbone starts the car, and he's sitting there. Maury's fucking dead. They've murdered Maury. He's in the front seat. And he's just sitting there. And Pesci's like, "What are you doing? Let's get out of here." He's like, "Oh, the engine's cold. I want to warm it up. Get the fuck out of here. Warm up the engine. Who cares? Let's go."
And I'm telling you, me and Tommy got to do a spoof cover with that, where it's like, it's a letter from the gym. It says you haven't been there in months. It's like beating the shit out of it.
That's a good point. That's a good idea.
The mailman brings another letter to this fucking address.
Should have put the mailman in the fucking oven. That's so fucking funny.
If that mailman brings another slip cover to this address.
Lorraine Bracco going to see his mistress, going to see her husband's mistress, just banging on the fucking door. In 2R Rossi, she's a fucking whore.
She's a tramp.
But I like how my favorite part with that prison scene where they're making dinner in prison is classic. Always gets me hungry too when I watch that scene. Yeah. But I like how Paulie, the fattest guy in that scene, says, "Tomorrow we eat sandwiches. You got to go on a diet.
You got to go on a diet."
The skinniest guy.
He's talking about the onions and the gravy and shit too.
Yeah.
I always see what was it? She's like the racist lady. Like, it was Paula Deen. She made her own cookware and all that shit. But I remember she used to always quote in Goodfellas in the prison scene where they would actually take the garlic with a razor blade and cut it so thin it would actually liquefy when it hit the pan and shit like that. I remember even seeing that shit a while back, and I was just like, "Damn, man! I think everybody in the world has seen Goodfellas." But you would think of all people, but Paula Deen.
Yeah.
Great fucking flick though. Love it.
You want the red or the white? Bring both.
Give me the white too.
Fucking, how do you want your steak? Medium rare, or he says medium. You know, he says medium, and the guy cooking it goes, an aristocrat. What does that even mean?
They pop that fucking igloo cooler open, and they're pulling out lobsters on fucking ice, and you're like, Jesus Christ, man, what kind of fucking prison are these guys in, man?
Probably back then, all it took was a few $100. Deepest Bluest Sea. But he's talking about how good Deep Blue Sea is. It's a winner, man. It's a fun movie. City's number 3, One False Move. Now, this is a really good movie. I believe it's a Criterion. Billy Bob Thornton plays a fucking
Bill Paxton
shit at it. Am I right, or am I mixing up the movies here? Yeah, Bill Paxton plays Hurricane. Is that the same movie, One False Move?
I don't know, man.
They call him Hurricane or whatever, or Tornado. He's like the
he's not the
small
local deputy, right? Local sheriff or whatever.
Yeah, he's a local police. He's the local sheriff in the small town. They call him Hurricane because he's always fucking going 100 miles an hour. And yeah, that's a good movie, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that guy to just immediately trash something, but you said Criterion. For some reason, that fucking picture that you sent me yesterday popped in my mind for this horrible artwork for fucking A History of Violence, which I still haven't quite got over yet, but I guess we'll get there.
That is shockingly bad. Even for Criterion, it's horrible. The History of Violence 4K artwork from them.
That fucking artwork has nothing to do with that movie, like at all. Like they made that fucking movie look like it's supposed to be like some lonely, depressed guy, like fucking giving hand jobs in the valley or something.
They make it look like The Guest. You know, where that's what. See what I mean? That's what the cover looks like anyway, with the red and all. I don't know, dude. I'm still going to get it if that's the only 4K because I love that movie. But yeah, not a fan of that work at all.
Pray to God that fucking thing's got reverse artwork.
If it's Criterion, it won't. At the end, a lot of people die, and including Sheridan Stone.
They gave her a hot dose.
And at the end, she had like just a few $1,000s in mint condition coins. After she got $2 million worth of fucking money and jewelry. Stupid bitch. Slider Rails. RoboCop's a winner, dude.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we always get to the chat. Goodfellas, yeah, dude, I can't argue with it. It's legit. How am I funny? Yeah, that whole sequence, that whole ad lib.
I amuse you.
They're going around the room, you know, and talking about all the guys and Tommy 2 times and all this shit. It's
Get the papers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be a spoof cover too. And then there's Keto Craig.
90 out of 100 people wonder if they've ever seen History of Violence. You know, I think it's a lesser known movie for sure, but it's really good. Really good movie. Yeah. Mostly is charitable. All right, we're moving on. Number 2.
All right, so really been watching a lot of stuff with my wife on like the weeknights and whenever we get some downtime. And I asked her if she's seen this movie. She said she's never seen it. I'm like, oh my God, this movie is literally just, it's me. And like, by the way, like how this guy is in the movie. And she's never seen it before. We watched it the other night, and that is Tommy Boy on 4K. One of my all-time favorite movies. It's definitely in my top 10. I go back and forth with this one and Dumb and Dumber as being my favorite comedy. I think Dumb and Dumber still holds the top spot, but Tommy Boy's got a lot of depth to it when it comes to like drama and just like it's got some really emotional scenes and some real funny scenes.
It has more heart for sure.
Yeah, definitely got some more heart. But I'll tell you what, man, they really like had lightning in a bottle when it came to this movie with just the chemistry between Chris Farley and David Spade. Just a really cool road trip movie too. That kind of it's almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? it's basically like a reference to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with them like just on that road and just like
Similar.
just one guy with a bumbling idiot, you know, like. But yeah, like the 30th anniversary 4K. I mean, the transfer looked amazing. Like all these movies that were shot on
30th anniversary for that movie. Fuck, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great soundtrack in this movie too, by the way.
Back when you can afford to put a nice soundtrack on a movie, these days music's so expensive.
Yeah.
Imagine what that would cost today. It would be millions of dollars to license those songs.
Yep. I still think the funny thing about like Chris Farley is that like every movie he's in, the prop department, like the costume department, always makes him wear the smallest clothes.
Fucking
They
short
never
time.
have clothes that fit him. It's always a size too small.
Well, first of all,
They did it on purpose though to make him look bigger.
Craig, you're like what 6'2", something like that.
Too.
Well over 3 bills. He's Chris Farley is 5'7", 300 some pounds. So really, what's going to fit him anyway? You know what I mean? If you buy a giant shirt, it's going to be down to his knees.
Yeah,
So it's probably hard to dress him even, but it does for comic effect as well to make it even funnier.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Monica was watching this and like I was laughing my ass off too. And every like the little nuances that Tommy does and stuff like that, and his little quirks. Monica keeps going. She's like, "That's you, that's you, that's you." I'm like, "Yeah,
He's right."
But yeah, dude, I really love it. And the funny thing about this, Rob Lowe went uncredited in this movie.
Yeah, for some
He's
reason, that makes no
uncredited
sense.
in this.
Yeah.
For
It
some
must be
reason.
been,
Friendships as a kid.
I think I did read about it. It was something to do with the Screen Actors Guild or something along those lines. Like he was committed to another project, so he technically wasn't supposed to be in it. Something along those lines. I don't know. SAG. I don't remember, but there's something.
Yeah. And another thing I was reading about this. So Bo Derek in this had real short hair,
Mhm.
like short hair, like a boy's haircut.
Yeah.
And I think what happened with that was that like her husband at the time was so jealous, like a very jealous person, that he did not want anyone to find her attractive but himself. So he forced her to cut her hair real short when she went to be in this movie because he was that crazy
Yeah.
and that jealous of his wife. So, but yeah, man, this is just a staple for 90s comedies. Like I said, I go back and forth with this one and Dumb and Dumber, and Tommy is the same way. Like I talked to Tommy about this movie. Him and I go back and forth of what we think is better. See, like I said, I still think Dumb and Dumber is the funnier movie, but this does have a lot of heart. It really does. Like I could watch this no matter what time of the day it's on. I could just start to finish, whatever. I'll pick up and watch it, and it doesn't get old to me. It really doesn't. I love this movie, and I really hope everyone has a chance to pick the 4K up. I know this came out with a slip, and then there's 2 different steelbooks that came out. They did a yellow steelbook, which was like a redo of the FYE one, and they did
Weird
a Walmart steelbook that pretty much had the theatrical poster on the front, and it came with like a really cool poster and map of where they.
That one.
Yep, that's it, Johnny. That's the Walmart. That's the standard one. But yeah, Walmart still has them. Like they got the Walmart exclusive steelbooks you can pick up. So yeah, Tommy Boy. That was my number 4.
The melted chocolate inside the dash. That's really going to up the resale value.
Yeah.
That's a great one. When he has to explain to him the candy and why it's going to be fun. I think you're going to be okay here. They have a thin candy shell. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
Candy shell.
I like how that's such a perfect transition. They're just talking, and all of a sudden you see all the M&Ms go. David Spade. Oh, damn it!
I think your brain has a thick candy shell. Your brain has the shell on it. Got that?
Great comeback.
One part there is so funny to me when he goes, "Hey, what did I say about eating in the car anyway?" He goes, "It's not good because it spoils your dinner."
Yeah. Let's see. I can't. There's not any McKees port on this map. Let me see that map. Let's see. Where's Moron? Okay, here's Moron.
I'll tell you what, dude. We do have a couple spoof covers written out for Tommy Boy. We just have to do them.
You'll get there.
We will.
I fucking as much as I love Chris Farley, man, especially around that time, man, with SNL, all that shit that was peaking so big, man. I can't help but fucking love Rob Lowe's character for that movie.
Oh, he's
Just
hilarious.
fucking love it. Fucking where he's standing next to the like you see him at the bank, like the little bank deposit chutes or whatever. He's just like fucking sitting there.
Sure.
He's just looking at him like, what the fuck?
And he's like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. Rob Lowe, again, this is done in a lot of movies. Airheads, there's a guy that gets his ass beat over and over again. Rob Lowe gets fucked up the whole movie. Every time he's on screen, he gets hurt in some way. You know, you got anything to do in this town besides eat? Tons of stuff. We can go down, we can throw stuff off a bridge. You know,
I think he's another one with the whole thing with the conspiracy theory, like with him and John Stamos. They're like swearing up and down that they're like fucking drinking the blood of babies and shit, because those guys are like fucking almost like probably in their 60s almost, and they look fucking great for their age, man.
they'll look
But-
about the same.
Rob Lowe was talking on a podcast about how Chris Farley was real jealous that Rob Lowe was hanging out with David Spade the one day on set.
Yeah.
And Chris Farley punched David Spade in the face because he was jealous.
Yeah.
Damn.
I always forget. It's like him and Tom Arnold were very close for obvious reasons. They were both way into drugs, but he's like, I don't know how many times I had to talk down Farley from beating up Spade. He's like, why would you beat up Spade? He's like a 12-year-old girl. What is the point of beating him up? He's like, you just make me so mad.
Did obviously Tommy Boy got a 4K, but did Black Sheep get a 4K by any chance?
Yes,
Yeah,
I got a 4K.
From Kino.
Oh yeah, fucking there you go. Kino's got it all, man.
Yeah, fucking Kino needs to get off their ass and do that Airheads 4K. That would be
Fox
Oh,
not
Fox.
gonna happen.
so it'd be studio.
I wonder if there would ever be like speaking of Airheads, man, like how we always talk about like the expensive music. Like look at a movie like synonymous for music, like The Crow or Trick or Treat. We all know the shit with Fastway and all that. But in Airheads, there's a lot of really good music in there. But not to mention, I'm trying to think of the actual title of the song, but White Zombie, before Rob Zombie became Rob Zombie,
Feed the
his
gods.
band
I
White
think.
Zombie.
I think it's Feed the
Dude,
Gods.
fucking kudos you. Feed the gods, exactly what it is. Holy shit. Yep. Fucking yeah, White Zombie's on stage fucking performing when the dude gets his nipple ring fucking ripped out. God, man, I ain't farting on no snare drum, man.
It's really White Zombie doing it. You know, SNL had
Yeah,
that
man.
kind of pull. You know,
It's
back
like
then.
fucking Ace Ventura, man, with Cannibal Corpse playing a Hammer Smash Face on that shit, man. It's fucking great, man.
Joe Montaigne in it as the fucking DJ. He's like, okay, what's the name? And fucking
The band.
Adam Sandler goes, my name's Pip. The band. What's the band name? How does this work with Pip? He just was the I'm so cute, I'm so stupid, I must be cute routine. And fucking everybody's like, yeah, pretty much. That's what
I
happened.
love how he's walking around the club and he's pouring his Pepto Bismol inside of his beer and shit. And you're like, oh god.
I like how Brendan Fraser is holding this Uzi like a shotgun. He's so good. Stuff like this.
The Lone Rangers?
You're not. There's three of you. You're not.
How can you pluralize Lone Ranger?
Fuck yeah.
Wouldn't you be the Three Rangers? And Adam Sandler's like, I don't know what you're talking about right now. It's so
Fucking what's the fucking scene now? He goes, babe, what did I say about you leaving your fucking makeup on the back of the tank? He just takes that shit and fucking
yeah, it's funny as hell. It fell in the toilet.
I flushed it.
Brad, I forgot how funny that was. The band.
The band. Yeah, Joe Montaigne was one of the most underrated character actors ever. I love him in pretty much anything, even something
He's
like
great in Thinner.
Thinner.
Oh, he's
Boston
great in
Boston
Thinner.
Thinner as the
Almost.
lobster. Baby's Day Out as the lead villain. Like, he's so funny just in anything, and he's not a comedic actor at all. But he keeps playing these comedic roles. I don't know, for some reason.
Around the same time. Speaking of him, around the same time they did Airheads, I think right after that, he did this like movie. I'm trying to think of it as The Search of Bobby something, but it's like the genius chess player.
The Search for Bobby Fischer.
Search for Bobby Fischer. There you go. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I remember that movie rolled out right after Airheads did. The same guy. I was like, holy shit. Yep.
Well, my number two.
Random thought.
Me and John have been talking about this movie on loop for years, but we were talking about it again because Johnny got the 4K, and I ended up popping this in The Town.
Fuck yeah, I watched that about 6 months ago.
The extended cut. This is the one you want, the director's cut. Ben Affleck's his baby. You know, he's wanted to make this movie for years. He's a gigantic Heat fan, and you know, he wanted to make Heat in South Boston, basically. And he did it. To me, really, really, really solid movie. Very, very underrated. Again, Ben Affleck gets a lot of shit, rightfully so. He's a smug, fucking whatever. I get that, but the movie is so good. It doesn't matter, especially the extended cut, which is far superior to the theatrical cut. It's way more flushed out. There's so much better story elements. It's darker. It leans more into the hard R than a fucking, you know, just a theatrical. Like the theatrical is like almost PG-13. This is a very, very much darker version, much stronger version. But yeah, basically you have these I don't know how many friends. They're South Boston armored car robbers. Ben Affleck's the leader of the group, and they're very successful at it, and things start to go wrong, just like in Heat. Same kind of story elements, very, very similar to Heat. Great 1-2 punch with Heat. But unlike a lot of directors, Ben Affleck admits 100% that this is a total homage to Heat. And he says it's his inspiration for it. He loves Heat. It's one of his favorite movies. And it's quite different, but it's very similar. They take down scores and all that stuff. But they're definitely lower brow than the Heat crew. And then that makes it so much more entertaining because they're so fucking stupid. You know, they're so dumb that the McLaughlin character, I can't remember his first name, but the driver is like really from South Boston. Like he was just a guy that went on a casting call and they brought him in. When they bring them in and interrogate them, it's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. They're trying to get information out of him, and the driver's like, they give him a line to read, a piece of paper, and says, "I want you to read these things on it." He starts to read the things to himself, and he starts to go on, "I don't want to say this. This doesn't sound right." He goes, "I'm not asking, I'm telling. Read the things. There's things on the paper. You read them." And he's like trying to read it, and you can tell he has like a third grade reading level, and he's like trying to read it and say it to him. And he goes, "What's wrong with you? Can't you read?" He goes, "I'm trying to make it sound authenticious. You got it all fucked up here." And the fucking detective goes, "Often what?" You know, I don't know, man. It's a blast. Great shootout scenes, great heist scenes, big bag of money scenes. I love the little inventive touches, how they launder their money, the strip clubs, and they go and buy 100 pounds of weed and go sell it to somebody else for the same exact money to clean the money. So it's like, you know, I don't know. It's great little touches, you know, the way they're you know, obsessively grooming and bleaching things down. Like I said, I just really like it. And the florist is the villain of this movie. He's literally a florist, an old Irish florist. And this dude is like satanic. He's so fucking evil. The way he talks about his mother and the drugs and all this shit. Like I said, I would keep it short and sweet. It's a badass movie. Great written and directed. And, you know, like I said, everybody's great in it. You know, I always forget this guy's name. What's the little guy's name? Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner is really good in it. They had that scene where the guys were harassing Ben Affleck's girlfriend, so they go. It's the friendship scene. Everybody knows it.
That's the best part of the movie.
Whose car we're gonna take? You know, that old bit. There goes College Shocker. You know, that it's just great. That's all I gotta say about it.
25-minute difference on those run times too. I just looked at the back of it right there.
Is it really 25 minutes?
Big
yeah.
That's the only one I've watched. Last 3 times I've watched it, it's only been the extended cut.
That's how they did the 4K. They put the extended cut on the Blu-ray, and then they put the theatrical cut on the 4K. So unfortunately, the fucking 4K doesn't even have the extended cut. So I've never even seen the extended cut at this point. So it'll be brand new for me.
Ben Affleck goes. It's much darker, much more fleshed out. Number 2.
Again, I got to follow a fucking banger movie with one of my pieces of shit. I realize I've watched some really bad movies get through these IFC Midnights. So I apologize. Y'all got to watch me talk about them. But this one and the next one I have to say are up there for IFC Midnights, are up there pretty good. And this is another one. I wasn't expecting much out of this. Extraterrestrial.
Now,
it looks like a Freddy Krueger ripoff, right?
That's what I thought it was, a Freddy Krueger ripoff.
The movie has nothing like that at all. They look like traditional aliens, long arms, skinny bodies, big heads, big eyes. The aliens did look good. I will say the aliens did look good for the budget they had. This was made, and they seem to make a big deal about it, but this is a film by the Vicious Brothers. I've never heard of the fucking Vicious Brothers, but they
Not
made it sound like
familiar.
this was the latest film by the Vicious Brothers. So I don't know.
I love when they say shit like that. You're supposed to know who the fuck.
I'm like, who
those
the fuck are the
people
Vicious Brothers?
Yeah.
But I will say this is a much better cover. So basically, you have a group of kids. You've seen it a million times. They go to the cabin. Why do a group of kids go to a fucking cabin in the middle of the fucking woods, middle of nowhere? That happens all the time in scary movies. And there is aliens that come down and fucking attack. It's a very simple story. What I was really surprised with this movie here is, first off, you got a really good cast. You got Michael Ironside's in this. Love Michael Ironside. And he has a small role, but he plays the survivalist, ex-Vietnam crazy guy who owns a marijuana farm in the middle of the fucking woods. You know, don't come on my fucking property, fuck the government. He's playing this guy. And he fucking kills the fucking character. He's the best part of the movie. Unfortunately, he's not in it very much. But when he's in it, he's fucking great. But he's a good little plug-in in the middle of the movie because none of the kids can act really great. They're just fucking they get somebody thrown in the movie. You're never going to see them in anything else. But they do an okay job. But where this movie really shines is the special effects. The way they do the alien ship, and like, for example, this would be, just to give you an idea, this would be a really, really good double feature with Fire in the Sky.
Okay.
You know, Fire in the Sky is a great fucking alien encounter movie, alien abduction movie. And this one is not near as good as Fire in the Sky, but it's pretty damn close. The scene where the girl gets sucked into the ship, I was going, damn, that's actually done really well. And there's a bunch of shots like that where they did a really good job with the alien attacks, alien encounters. When the aliens start really getting pissed off and start really fucking with them, the back and forth between what these kids do with the aliens is really fucking enjoyable. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, fuck, this movie's not that fucking bad. And you got to realize I've watched a bunch of shit up to this point. And so when I got to this one, I'm like, man, they did a really good job with this. You also got the guy, I don't remember his name, but you probably know him from the Shawshank Redemption. He played the kid that got shot by the guard, whatever, the young kid.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Is it Tommy? The young kid played Tommy?
Tommy, yeah.
He plays the sheriff in this. Makes me feel old because he's really old and bald now. But he plays the sheriff in this. He does a really good job. But he's one of those guys, I'm like, who the fuck is that? I know him from somewhere.
That guy.
I had to look him up, whatever. Goddamn, that's the guy from Shawshank Redemption. But man, I'll tell you what, there are some really well done shots in this movie, really well done scenes. If you're a fan of alien abduction, alien attack movies, you really need to give this one a watch. I know if you see something like this, you're thinking, why the fuck am I going to watch that? You know, and that's kind of where I was. I bought it because I was getting these movies. I threw it on the shelf, and I'm really glad that I watched it. I mean, more than I think about it, I was going to sell this. But the more that I think about it, man, this movie is done so fucking well. I can see myself going back and visit it again or show it to somebody else. I can see me and Ryan watching this. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of those movies when it got over with, I was like, fuck, that was not too bad. So I don't know. Like I said, give it a shot. You guys might enjoy if you're a fan of these kind of movies. Like I said, great double feature with Fire in the Sky. Same vibe. Not as well done, obviously, but for what they had to work with, man, the special effects were really fucking done well. So I was a fan of it.
Alan, hold it up one more time, man. Let me see if that's the same one I got. Yeah, hell yeah. I got that shit on the shelf, man. I've never even seen it.
Yeah, Johnny, watch it, man. See what you think about it, man. And
hell yeah.
Just keep in mind the budget they had and the way they did with special effects was really fucking good. Michael Ironside, if you're a fan of him, you'll like him in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's perfect casting for this.
All right, number 2.
Well, perfect. I'm glad Craig fucking held up American Dad, man, so I can kind of throw a series in there because I've definitely been watching the hell out of it with the missus here for a little bit. Grab these while I never had them on Blu-ray, just had the big DVD box set, and man, what an upgrade it is to finally have them on Blu-ray, even though it's an old-ass show, but definitely one of me and the missus' favorite shows, and that's Twilight Zone. Right now we're on Disc 2, which I think like Disc 1 had like 7 episodes on it, and Disc 2 has like 8 episodes. So we finally wrapped up Disc 2 last night. But shit, man, I'm sure everybody's seen an episode or 2 at least of fucking Twilight Zone. But altogether is 156 episodes. I did get season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, and there was like some kind of like deal where Amazon for Prime Day, they took season 1 and 2 of the original series, and then they put the season 1 of Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone, which I haven't seen jack shit of, but they put it in like a big lot, So season 1 and 2 of this, and then season 1 of that. I think it was like $20 or $18 or something. So I went ahead and jumped on it. But I'll definitely be getting season 3, 4, and 5 on Blu-ray. It's a fucking huge. Even though I love this set, I got this like back in the day when they first rolled these out. These were so fucking expensive. I think I paid like.
I used to have that set, Johnny.
Shit, man. When this thing first came out, I think they wanted $200 for this set when it first rolled out. Because I mean, fucking DVDs were expensive when they first dropped. But CBS finally put this shit out. There was another variation of this set where they took the original Twilight Zone, then they took the New Dimension, the 1980s Twilight Zone, put it all in one big white square box, and that bitch was like $400. But I just wanted the original at the time, so I bought this. But yeah, they definitely look so much fucking better on Blu-ray, and they actually have a play-all function on the DVDs. You have to literally watch one episode at a time and select the next one from the main menu, which is a fucking drag, but Blu-rays are definitely the way to go, and been loving the hell out of those. Definitely want to get the Twilight Zone movie on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, that's out of print. It'd be nice to see like Kino, like fucking grab that and do a 4K of it or something, man. That would be a day one ball ass.
I wonder if that's not out because it's kind of contaminated, with the
of course, yeah.
But then again, Lethal Weapon 4, people died. It's still out. People died on that set.
Jordan Peele did his whatever, Twilight Zone shit. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but
has anybody watched any of the Jordan Peele?
Well, my son was home for Christmas, not this last year, but the year before. He asked me if I had watched them. I said no. So we watched like 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes, and first 2 episodes were good. Now after he left, I tried to watch a few more after that. They did go downhill a little bit, but the first 2 episodes I really enjoyed.
All right,
they were done pretty well. I can't speak for the rest of the series. I watched like the next 2 after that and kind of lost interest. They kind of went downhill for me a little bit, but I don't know.
Jordan Peele's obsessed with the show. That's his favorite thing ever. That's his inspiration for his whole career. So it only makes sense that he would put maximum effort into his version of the show. So hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I think he directed the first episode, maybe the second episode, but I think they have like guest directors for the other episodes. I don't know how many he actually directed, but he probably produced them all. But I think he actually directed the first episode, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me.
I don't know if it got canceled or not, but I think he only did like 2 seasons of
2 seasons. Yeah, I think it's over with. Yeah.
We're gonna go on to number 1 here, and we'll get you up with the chat after this round here.
Cool. All right. So if you've watched my recent trip to Minnesota, Tommy and I did a movie marathon like we do every summer. He picks 3 movies. I pick 3 movies.
Mm-hmm. That neither party hasn't seen before.
What's that?
That the other party hasn't seen before.
Yes, correct. Yep. This is one that I saw in theaters last year. Really surprised me because it's not the kind of movie I thought I would like, but I ended up enjoying it a lot, and that is Anora on 4K. I got to meet Mikey Madison, who played Anora. I met her at Monster Mania. Really enjoyed her character in Scream 5. So I figured that Anora would be, because I heard a lot of buzz about this movie Anora coming out.
Like a horror. Let me cut you off, but it seemed like a horror movie, didn't it? I mean, that's what I thought. It was some kind of.
It goes in so many different directions.
Well, I mean, before you saw it, like, did you think like that it was like a horror or it had like a dark element to it? Like that's what I thought
it was going to be like a thriller kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up giving it a chance. I got to meet Mikey Madison at Monster Mania. I will say it was kind of a disappointing experience meeting her because she was like very, very Gen Z and
autistic.
Just didn't look you in the eyes. Didn't want anybody near her in a picture, and just like even her manager was like, "Do not touch her unless she gives you permission to put your arm around her."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Okay, I won't touch her."
It's kind of weird. Again, don't let me cut you off, but it's kind of weird that she's at conventions at this stage of her career where she's she's on the incline. She's in demand. Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like usually you go to conventions when your career has kind of dipped. So whoever the agent was there must have had some big pull to get, a young talent, young starlet like that. Well,
this was right after she filmed Nora, and it was a couple months before the movie premiered.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of buzz around it, but nobody saw it yet at this point.
Yeah.
So she was just doing conventions just with the Screamcast. But I don't think now that she won the Oscar for this movie,
she ain't gonna do
a convention ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nora, like, basically, to try to explain this movie without spoiling so much stuff, she's a Brooklyn stripper / sex worker who ends up getting in like some kind of a love affair with some Russian oligarch's son. And the movie just goes in so many directions from that. Like, she is basically like a modern day of what's the movie Richard Gere and what's her name? Richard Gere, Pretty Woman.
There you go.
Pretty Woman, yeah.
It's like a modern day of Pretty Woman. Like, she hits it off with this Russian kid who's like a billionaire and ends up marrying him, and they go on like all these adventures and stuff. And like, then at one point the movie goes from like just really cool, like fast-paced love story to just like a home invasion thriller and a mystery of like the husband disappearing and then like them going through New York all night looking for him, seeing what happened to him. So I'm like, you're watching it going like, where is this going? Like this goes in so many different turns. But I definitely like the movie for sure. I mean, it keeps your attention because you're so locked in on what is coming next in this. And I saw it in theater and enjoyed it, and then I watched it with Tommy again for the second time, and I enjoyed it even more. It does get slow at some points, but like, you're so invested in the characters, they're just so likable, that I enjoyed it a lot. And I think if the next sale, if anyone can pick this up, I would definitely recommend getting a Nora on 4K. Give it a shot at least. I really enjoyed it.
Don't spend, in my opinion, don't spend money on it. Stream it. It might be a one-time watch.
It says right there on the bottom that it's directed by Sean Baker. He's done Severin Cellar like twice now, I think. I know he's done the Criterion Closet, but he's done Severin like twice now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is one of those. I know Criterion's all over the place with their packaging. It's definitely not my favorite type of packaging. It's like a digipack.
I don't want that either.
Box. No. The Blu-ray for this from Criterion was just a standard Amaray case with like a clear Amaray case. I wish 4K would have been that. So like, you got to be careful with these cardboard side slips.
Well, the people that eat the fucking crumpets, whatever, and listen to Lawrence Welk, what are they
never
for that kind of packaging?
Yeah, it doesn't even matter because it's just going to go on the shelf sealed, and it'll, for those Criterion fucking snobs anyway. So that's the way to look at it.
When the Bridge Club comes over, they can show them how cool their collection is.
How fucking cultured they are.
I'll say this: I only have like 4 Criterion movies. I got this. I got Breakfast Club. I have Irishman, and then I did have. What the hell did I have recently?
Uncut Gems, maybe.
No. I never got it. I have the Blu-ray of that from Lionsgate. Oh, I had Night of the Living Dead, but when the 4K was announced, I sold it, and I still never picked the 4K up yet. But eventually, I'll pick that back
Get
up.
No Country. What are you doing?
You're gonna yell at me for this, dude. I got to watch it from start to finish. I've seen so many clips of that movie like throughout the years.
Blind buy the fucking movie on 4K.
Like, I've seen all the clips of like Anton.
Yeah.
Like all his all the shit that he does. But
Greg, I have a question for you. What's the most you've ever lost on the coin toss? Watch the movie, bitch.
Yeah.
No, I got to pick it up on 4K because all the scenes I've seen were pretty cool.
The movie's great. It's
I'm not
one of one.
Coen Brothers fan. I mean, Fargo's cool, but
get it for $25 during the fucking Criterion sale, and start your life over.
That's another cover that was a fucking disgrace.
The cover is terrible. The artwork's terrible. It's Criterion. That's what they're known for. Shitty artwork. Yeah. But the movie's exceptional.
Yeah.
Shit, after looking at the cover for fucking History of Violence, the cover for No Country for Old Men looks like the best
gold ever done by comparison. But
like, I would say this: all the scenes that I've watched of Javier Bardem, I'm like, this guy's fucking brilliant. Like, this guy is a really good actor. Like, he just kind of keeps you locked in. So, yeah, I'll have to pick that up on the next sale.
The Criterion sale, man, and it's a great looking 4K. It's a great movie.
Yep.
All right, my last one here, number 1. Oh, of course, I got the brightness too fucking high.
What's that?
Auto brightness. See it now? Still too fucking bright.
Is that Barbarian?
I'll do this all night.
Barbarian. Oh yeah, it's on. I think it's on Netflix.
we did a stream on Alan's channel, the best movies of the last 6 years. And this came up on Alan's list, and I only seen it the one time because I've been waiting for a release to come out, a physical release, which has never had. And Alan and I were we were all talking about it on the stream, and it was the first one I wanted to watch after the thing. And I started looking. I thought I might have had a bootleg or something. Ended up watching it, liked it the first time, loved it the second time. It is so fun. It really kind of sucks you in. These characters, all this weird happening with the Airbnb and all that stuff. It's interesting, and you're like I said, you're sucked into the characters and what's going on and their dynamic, and there's weird things happening around the house. How shitty the Airbnb neighborhood is with the Detroit and everything. And then Justin Long's story starts about halfway through, and then his story is so interesting, and everything that's going on with him and his role is his portrayal of this character. You can't take your eyes off it. It's so interesting and funny and kind of weird and timely all at once. And then when he gets to the house, it just goes up another level, and it is like stairs. The movie is like stairs. You just keep going up and up and up, and the wild shit that goes on in the basement, the mother, the tapes, all the insanity. I mean, I just feel it's so underrated and overlooked, and I don't understand why it's not more celebrated. Yes, there's no physical release. I know that sucks, but eventually it will happen. And I don't know, man. I have no complaints with it. I really, really enjoyed it. I like the directions it takes, the flashback sequences with Richard Brake, and like I said, he's great in it. And like I said, Justin Long, I can't sing his praises anymore. He's so fun in it. His character's so fun in it. He's such a sleazeball and a fucking little shithead, and all his interactions with everybody, and then when he's alone with himself and his little arc, and just how you think he's about to redeem himself, he just continues to be a shithead again, and the way his character ends up, I don't know. I just loved it, and I can't wait for 4K. I'll be picking that up on day one. That'd be my number one.
Oh yeah,
Alan, what do you got for your number one?
All right, this here is one that I am going to recommend. If we ever do a top 5 zombie movies, this is definitely going to be in the top 5. And I was not expecting this whenever I watched this. If you guys are a fan of zombie movies and shit like that, you got to watch this. It's what we've become. This motherfucker right here blew me away. This movie was made in Denmark. It's not your typical zombie movie. It's got zombies in it. There's some zombie shit going on, but this is so fucking well acted. It's basically a family of 4. The shit starts going down. It's like a flu type kind of COVID-19 kind of feel or whatever. But they start quarantining the fucking town. Everybody's got to stay in their house. These people are trying to they're getting like rations of food and water every day, that kind of stuff. And you're kind of like watching the zombie apocalypse start through the eyes of this family. And then the neighbors that they're close with, you see them having a cookout for everything starts, whatever. They're coming over. They're the wife of their best friend next door maybe gets the virus. And let's just put it this way. The movie's made in Denmark, and they pull punches that we don't do over here. Like, for example, shit with kids. You never know what's going to fucking happen. And I'm telling you, by the very end of this movie, there's a lot of what the fuck? A lot of those kind of things. And I'll just say it is, you got to read subtitles through the movie. If you're not a fan of that, maybe that's going to take it away. If you don't mind reading subtitles, whatever, it doesn't matter. The acting is so fucking well done. And if you give it so much of a shit, and this is the thing about me, when I watch something like this, I got to care about the characters. If I care about the characters, it automatically brings it way the fuck up here. You start really giving a shit what happens to them. And I'm just going to show you the cover there. When you get to that point, you're invested and you feel it. You feel their fucking pain. And that right there is a winner for me. I got done with this movie and I thought about it for days after I watched it. So like I said, if you are a fan of fucking zombie movies, and I'm not overselling this movie, this motherfucker's good. You need to watch this. So it starts off, you're not sure what you're getting into, and then as soon as it starts fucking happening, it feels like a zombie apocalypse that's realistic. How you kind of like tie in like COVID-19 when we're all tied in our fucking house. Mm-hmm. They're going through the same shit with the zombie apocalypse. When the shit starts going down, the way the dad reacts, the mom reacts, the kids react. It's so fucking well done, man. It was a big fucking surprise. So far, this is my number one blind watch of the year. It was Clovis Killer. Ironically, and IFC Midnight, which is why I became a fan of these movies, but I'm not so much anymore because so many of them suck. But this one here is going to be up there with Clovis Killer. It's a banger, man. It's a good one. So if you're a fan of zombie movies, watch this bitch. It's good. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's a 8 out of 10.
That's still really solid.
It's solid. So I can't pimp it enough.
Johnny's checking his fucking horror box shelf, going, "Do I have that? Fuck."
I was literally just about to ask too. Did that come in a horror pack or?
No, I bought that. I was like balls deep in IFC Midnight trying to get all these bitches. I was buying them left and right, dude. But you can get these bitches cheap. You probably get them $15 or less.
Gotcha.
So,
cool deal. All right, guys. Last movie I watched right here, and this was last night going to bed. The movie right here is a fucking banger. I've seen it 200 times, and I'll probably see it 200 more fucking times if I'm blessed enough. None of them fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. There's a quote in this movie. Just long story short, I have a close personal friend who passed away, and I'm going to take a quote from this movie, the watermark quote for his eulogy at his funeral. Fucking movie right here is a banger. Unfortunately, I've never read the book for this. Every time I talk about this movie or me or somebody else does, everybody's read the book for this fucking movie. I haven't. I'm definitely going to change that pretty soon. I'm going to try to get like a hardback cover of it and just so I can keep it if it's that damn good. But as far as the movie, I'm a big fan of Where the Buffalo Roam. I was trying to take another peek at that as well. I love Bill Murray playing the Thompson character. But Johnny Depp in this fucking movie playing the role of Hunter S. Thompson and Benicio del Toro fucking playing Dr. Gonzo is bar none. This is one of those movies where I remember the very first time ever putting it in. It was literally, I think it just probably rolled out, and I went to the video store, got a VHS with my buddy who had already seen it, told me about it, hyped it up to the point where I was just like, all right, let's go to the video store. Brought it home, and literally when you pop this movie in, you kind of see like an opening montage, and it looks like they're just right at the cusp of the end of the Vietnam War, where there's like, a lot of bullshit that's going on with the protests of the war and yada, yada, yada. But there's a quote that pops up, a man who makes a beast out of himself. Everybody knows that whole quote. But anyway, as soon as this movie fires up after that quote, it's Benicio del Toro and Johnny Depp in this red convertible just hauling ass down the fucking highway, going through to get through Nevada. And they got a trunk full of fucking drugs, and they're already tripping out. Johnny Depp is swearing up and down that he's seeing bats fly around the car. From that moment on, it's just 1 hour and 45 minutes of just fucking drug-fueled frenzy movie. But there's some really poetic shit in here that Hunter S. Thompson took from the book and had Johnny Depp narrate it while they were doing the movie. Fucking, if you've never seen this movie, I highly recommend that. If it's one of those movies like if I had to go to the desert and I can only take like, fucking 10 movies with me, this one's fucking definitely going with me for sure. So yeah,
Johnny, I got that and Where the Buffalo Roam in my collection. I've never seen either one of them.
Oh my god, man!
Yeah, I gotta check this out. One of my shout selects is Where the Buffalo Roam. Yep, and I got the Criterion of that one, just the Blu-ray. But I'll check them out.
Yeah,
keep your eye out.
Fear and Loathing is, in my opinion, everybody loves Bill Murray. Don't get me wrong, I love him too, man. But if I had to take my pick, man, of course, Fear and Loathing has got it. I think Johnny Depp just. But there's some crazy ass shit though for Where the Buffalo Roam, man. I think. Unfortunately for that one, man, I still haven't got the shout select, so that one's still stuck on this old DVD for me. But I set it here because I was actually going to try to get back to it pretty sooner or later. But yeah, man, Fear and Loathing is the way to go, man.
Keep your eye out for the dinosaurs in Fear and Loathing, Alan.
I'll check them out.
There are movies, and then there are drug movies, and that's the Godfather of drug movies.
Godfather.
The Citizen Kane of drug movies. Sydney, my number 2 is the Stanford Prison Experiment, 2015. I think I know what that is, actually. Isn't that the movie where they're like, there's no doors or something? There's something with that, and people have to swap. I think I'm familiar. I haven't seen that one. Town 4 out of 5. Yeah, dude, it's a winner. Can't find the extended cut. Oh man, that sucks. Hopefully, man, you can stream it in some way.
I'm
City's
telling you,
like
to have to admit, after all these years, after I was telling y'all, the Town 4K. Thankfully, it did come with the extended cut on Blu-ray. Like I said, I didn't even own the Blu-ray. I just have some shitty ripped DVD that I got back in the day when that movie first rolled out. But yeah, like Prime had that shit marked down to like $8 or $9, man. So it was like, fuck, this is a win-win. Thank God the fucking Blu-ray's included with the extended cut. But it's like, goddamn, like, why didn't they just put, even if they would have just put it like one 4K disc in there and you'd have got both cuts and you could have made the selection at the main menu.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, man. But fuck, man, for $8, man, hey, I'm gonna be all right with it.
Yeah. Number one for Sydney was Kramer versus Kramer. I haven't seen that. Any of you guys seen that movie?
Yeah, I watched right before I got fucking divorced. That's the recently divorced movie.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is. Dad trying to take care of his kids, that kind of deal. I could relate at the time, and it was a tough watch during that time of my life. But it's a solid movie. I think it probably won best movie here when it came out. I'm pretty sure it did. It's a solid flick, but it's not an easy watch if you've ever been divorced.
The ultimate divorce movie, of course, is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mm-hmm.
That's very realistic.
It's a little bit lighter than Kramer versus Kramer, but yeah.
I don't look at it as light. I look at it as that's psychotic. Who the fuck would do that? And in what world is that okay? I want to see my children more, so I'm going to become a tranny and be their maid or their nanny, and nobody's going to know it's me with my hairy ass fucking man hands.
Speaking of watching Craig play that character, talking in his voice, that's something that I woke up in cold sweats for like 3 nights after I seen that.
But
my wife loves that guy from Independence Day. That's like her favorite character in Independence Day.
Harvey Firestein.
Jeff Goldblum's like right hand man. Whatever, got to call my lawyer. What I just sent my mother to Atlanta.
I got another one, David.
Right. Yeah. You do that pretty well, by the way.
Thank you.
Pierce Brosnan choking on the shrimp. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like when he gets he's at the pool and Robin Williams throws the fucking lime at him. It's a drive-by fruiting, That's funny.
Hello.
What's up, Wrangler? Your mother? Yeah. Welcome. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We went longer than we thought. There's some other topics we got into, and we expected to do maybe an hour and a half. We've done almost 3 hours, but that's typical. But yeah, share the shit around. Share the good channels, not just our channels. Share the good channels. Unsubscribe to the piece of shit channels, and try to downvote the trash and try to elevate the channels that are not shitting all over things that people are excited about for no fucking reason other than you're bitter, jealous, sad fucking people.
If you're not paying for somebody's shit, don't judge what they're buying.
Yeah, don't count anybody else's money. But anyway, we're gonna hit the button and we'll see you on the next thing, whatever it is. See ya.
That'll be good.
See ya.